turn off your cameras, and the judges can also turn on the cameras when it's time for the feedback session. Thank you so much. Shelley, floor is yours.
Sorry, Maya. Shelley, can you give us a few minutes? We are just waiting for one more judge to join us.
Yeah.
So after that, you can start. Give us a few minutes.
All right.
Yeah. Yes, our judge has joined.
All right. Awesome. So again, I'll just quickly reiterate: the judges have 2 minutes for the feedback sessions each, and Shelley have 5 minutes. The timer should be starting anytime now. So please go ahead.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Shelley Jarrett. I'm the CEO and founder of SMJ Magazine. SMJ Magazine is an image, lifestyle, and business publication. We publish 4 times a year. We feature stories such as arts and entertainment, beauty and fashion, health and wellness, and we provide a specific platform for Black women to showcase Black women in business. In the last 6 years, our focus has been primarily on profiling these women, and so that they can tell their stories, successes, as well as failures in their business. We also provide training skills and developments and tools for success. And we give entrepreneurs an opportunity to write blogs, articles on different subject matters, and so that they can add to their portfolio. In 2016, we saw a great need and wanted to bridge that gap by giving Black women entrepreneurs a platform to inspire other Black women. And you can see here, we started the magazine in 2016, and we profile professional women as well as business women in the community. And so that went well until the pandemic happened 2 years ago. And we even saw a greater need because many of these business women were greatly impacted. They weren't able to access certain services, and there were basic infrastructure problems, so the need was even greater. It costs about $5,000 to produce one of these magazines. Usually, we call these the special editions. We usually produce about 1,000 magazines, and it costs like about $3.50 per unit. And we sell the magazines for $10, so we make a profit of about 65%. Like I said, we like to increase this to this special edition to do it twice a year. So the pandemic happened, like I said, and we saw that need. So we really had the business. We've had the business for 10 years, but we incorporated in 2018, and we just started keeping our books and our numbers really from 2018. We've had a minimum margin, but we never had a loan or anything like that. It's all out of pocket. We've been able to run the business very safe, very successful. We only had a minor loss last year and so far this year, because we celebrated 9 years for the magazine, and this year we celebrated 10 years. So we sort of went all out, and we didn't have as much people attend as we would have liked to. So we had a minimum loss. Now, we have a small team, like I said, myself, the editor-in-chief, we have a graphic artist, and we do have our freelance writers, photographers, videographers, and our printer. They're all on contract. So this is how we've been managed the magazine over the last 10 years. And we know we've done a lot of research. We know there's lots of magazines everywhere, some fail, some crop up all the time, and we know that baby boomers, millennials, Gen Zs, everybody's reading magazine, and especially over the pandemic, a lot of people were reading, and we wanted to know more about health and wellness. So there's a lot of competition, but what makes our SMJ magazine special is that we're community-based, we're easily accessible, we're a very niche coffee table magazine, and we provide other magazines for other programs in the community, like if somebody had a fashion show or a trade show or award show. This is how we've managed in the community. To date, we have about 5,000 subscribers, and apart from our subscribers, we have 600 of these women, because we started it in 2016, and it's 100 women every year, so we build up a real—
You have 1 minute left.
Yeah, community based. So basically, our goal is to like I said, produce this magazine twice a year, the special edition for the women. And our goal is to provide transformative educational programs for women, things like video stories, photo stories, so that women can share and we all expand this into a hub, a community space where women like us can share ideas. And so like if there was ever a pandemic or something again, at least we have resources that we can touch base with. So that's what I like to do. So again, we are on all social media platforms. We have a website, and yeah, I'm here to answer any questions that you may have about SMJ Magazine. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shelley. So we're going to pass it over to our judges now. Cheryl, please, the floor is yours.
Okay, that's intriguing. So I just need to clarify, you are publishing a hard copy. Are you also publishing an online copy?
We publish hard copies.
Okay, and no online.
Well, it is online. People can access it online. We also have an app, SMJ Magazine app. It can be downloaded through the Apple Store or Google Play Store.
Okay, and what's your subscription based on the online business?
Online, about 5,000.
About 5,000. And how many
Yes.
do you sell? How many of the magazines do you sell?
Sometimes we sell 500, 600. It just
Okay.
really depends.
So in the media
It's-
world, in the publishing world, you are made or broken by the advertising dollars that you can sell. So what's your revenue for ad placements?
Well, because the advertising market is so challenging right now, what we do, we create editorial features and they pay for that space as opposed to selling ad space, because we find it's been a challenge. So we feature, say for example, somebody wanted a front cover story, they pay for that.
Okay,
Like, it'd
so
be
you
like
need to bring that out.
1,500.
That's important in the business plan and in the presentation to indicate your sources of revenue. They were not clear. So
Okay.
you have 3 sources of revenue: the online subscription, the
Yes.
hard copy magazine, and the advertising dollars. And you have found a problem that you found a solution to, and you should be bringing that to the forefront so that we understand it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Handwritten notes are lovely, but they don't belong on a business plan. Get that on an Excel sheet, please, so that you can put the math in.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. It's more
Okay.
professional
Yes.
and it reads well for the lenders.
Okay.
In this industry, and you need to answer this question, in this industry, the publishing industry, hard copy magazines are available, but they're a dying breed. You need to be able to address how you're going to survive the decline in advertising and the decline in hard print. All our community paper, the company that ran all the community papers, just folded.
Well,
2
like
minutes
we.
is up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So Professor Odoy. Hello, Professor Odoy, can you hear me? Okay. So I'm just going to wait a couple more seconds just in case it's a technical issue. If not. All right. So I think we might have to come back to Professor Odoy for that. So let's just go on to the next presenter. The next presenter will be Asha Wilden for Kola Foods. Asha, are you ready to go now?
Hello.
Awesome. So Asha, again, just a quick reminder, the timer will be on the right-hand side. So you have 5 minutes, and afterwards the judges will give their feedback to you.
Okay, that sounds great. Hello, everyone. I am Asha Wielden. I am the founder and CEO of Kola Foods. Kola means eat in Kiswahili. In 2018, I founded Kola after moving to Vancouver. I'm originally from Kenya. And, for me, food and the way we connected to land was one of the first ways that was introduced to me. I also lived in Toronto for 20 years. So I had, the honor of trying food from around the world. And so moving to Vancouver, I was looking for that representation in grocery aisles, in food establishments and spaces like farmers markets. And that's where in looking for reminders of home, I started creating my own. I was at that period in the tech industry. So in terms of food processes, this was definitely new to myself. And so what we answer to is we look at producing and introducing, food that is not necessarily available to the market. And in identifying that there's not as much representation of African and Caribbean flavors in Canada and US. Further to that, I was also a new mom. So I was looking for, ingredients and food that not only felt good for myself, but for my new child and my family. And I know that in discovering this through market research and just what the market is looking for is a little more nourishment, so it's beyond just being plant-based. It's how does that feel good to us, right? So these are the things that we've identified so far. Our solution has been to bring, more nutritious and inclusive food to a more plant-forward future. This is a really a huge growing market in billions. And, as we start to see more alternatives come to market, folks are also looking for, ingredients that is accessible to them based on understanding. Like myself, if I don't understand an ingredient, I'm not going to purchase it. Also, answering to a low sugar or a reduction in sugar and sodium content for overall health. So we have currently 3 Canadian-grown plant-based proteins. These are pea-based, and so specifically peas and in a very simple and everyday ingredients like extra virgin olive oil. We use, seasonings and sea salt. It is gluten-free. There are no added sugar. It is also soy-free. So that's another opportunity that the market needs. And then also diverse flavors. So like we said, if you walk through the grocery aisles currently, you are not going to necessarily identify as much of the diverse flavors that are available to speak to, this country that is so diverse. So we have also 3 sauces. Looking at barbecue sauce, when we started making them, we recognized that the amount of sugar that went into it. So we really took the time for 2 years and reduced not only the sugar, but we actually completely removed it. And we now use sweetener called monk fruit, which is natural and does not spike the sugar levels. This hits our communities quite large, and it's something that we wanted to answer to. Now, the market size for plant-based currently is 52.5 globally, and it's expected to go up to 77.8 billion USD by 2025. In the Canadian market, it's the same alignment of growth, specifically in the plant-based protein at 12.31 billion, and it's continuously growing at 14%. Our target right now is looking at the growing 40% of Canadians that are willing and are looking to diversify their protein, but specifically sourcing from plant-based. Our go-to market in terms of our we are targeting, we work with groceries, food service, and e-commerce. That's our online restaurants, cafes. We currently signed on a contract with UBC and SFU, as well as natural and organic retailers. So we use in-store demonstrations, promotions to really grow our services and continue the growth. We can be found in over 200 retail locations right now. And I mentioned food service partners, and we are currently in the talks with Loblaws also for the fall 2023. Our traction is also on point, and we're seeing the growth year over year, and we expect to see an expansion into the US. I cannot do this alone, so we have a team that brings unique experiences to really support the work that we have been putting in. We're currently asking for $350,000 to help us with this expansion. Let's cool it together.
All right, thank you so much, Asha. So I'm just going to get the first judge in here. So please, Cheryl, the floor is yours.
Very well done. You had to rush a little, so your story at the beginning needs to be tighter. Okay, get rid of some of the extra words and make it more point form so that we hear and we don't have to find the information. You're missing a powerful part of your presentation because it's at the end. The fact that you already are selling out into stores is a key element to your presentation and should be at the front. Okay, because not everyone is in your position that's presenting, and not everyone who is doing this has that gravitas behind them of having sales. I'd like to see some numbers attached to those sales so that we have a sense of your markup, we have a sense of your volumes, and we have a sense of what sells best. Okay, you did finally give me some specifics, but I'd like to see your research cited. When you say that the general public is trying to reduce sugars and trying to reduce salts, I would like to see some outside research that supports that statement. It's there. You just have to find it and use it. It will just make your statements more powerful. And you may not say it, or you can say it in such and such a research indicates that, or has shown that, and you would want it on your slide as well. Because we'll read it even if we don't hear it. So those are very important. I would like you to talk a little bit more about the benefits of what you're doing to the audience that you've chosen to speak to. You sort of hit on it, but I'd like it to be hit a little harder. So I've lost my timer, so I can't see if I'm okay or not. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to stop and think about not the features, but the benefits to buying your product. Okay, so it's not just going to be the value of the food, it's also going to be the thinking of the people in terms of, they can rest assured that they're making good choices. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thank you.
I'm excited to hear what you've done, and I'm excited to hear that you've got sales. Time up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for that, Cheryl. Professor Olutoyin, please.
Hi, how are you? Sorry, the other time, I think my phone was on mute. Hi, Asha, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I think that Cheryl has given us some sort of feedback already. And from what I saw, your presentation looks solid. If you ask me in terms of the presentation itself, it's catchy. It's something that, people would like to get themselves, they'll listen to you. But like Cheryl said, you have to source your, research base, because for instance, if you got those numbers from Statistics Canada, source it so that if I'm an investor, I know that the sources are credible. Your ask is there. If you can do this within the time frame, I don't know whether you are within the 5 minutes time frame, then you are good. So those are the things that I would like to comment on. But your presentation is very catchy and the numbers are there. But I want you to source the facts so that if I'm behind and I know that there's $5 billion market out there, I want to know where you got that number from. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to call on the next presenter now. So I'm going to call on Stephanie Martin to please come on camera and please present. The timer would be starting as soon as I see.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Amazing. Happy Wednesday. Hello again. My name is Stephanie Martin. Let me just share. Let me share my screen. 1 second. All right, there it is. So my name is Stephanie Martin, mom entrepreneur, digital marketer, and founder of Side Hustle Mastermind. Side Hustle Mastermind is a dedicated online community that empowers mom entrepreneurs and female founders. Our mission is to provide the essential support, mentorship, resources, and access to business tools needed to help women launch successful brands, improve their financial well-being, and create a lasting impact online. So, what sets us apart? This year, Side Hustle Mastermind is coming up on our 5-year anniversary. During that time, we have created a dedicated community for mom entrepreneurs, a comprehensive online education platform combined with in-person events, a strong emphasis, excuse me, on how to find resources, mentorship, and support, and a proven track record of creating transformative experience for our members. So we know who our competitors are. Think of, the WeWorks. They have day passes starting at $25 and then monthly passes starting at $170. And then you have places like co-working places like The Loft. And again, their minimum is $15 an hour at an open desk. So similar to what you see in the picture there, or $675 per month. So for the average startup, this only offers aesthetic and an office vibe. It's not content or child friendly, right? You can't bring a guest if you like to co-work. There are no resources attached to any of these memberships or the things that you have to pay for. And oftentimes it's too costly to put in your startup budget. So we have asserted ourselves in the market to be both financially affordable for startup and where you can take content to the next level, because you can't do that in a lot of these co-working spaces. So who is our market? Our target audience are female founders and mom entrepreneurs between the ages of 24 to 45. And we know that this is a growing market who are seeking credible resources, support, and guidance. So mom entrepreneurs are oozing with million-dollar business ideas, huge potential, and the power to change their lives and the lives of their families, but are unclear on how to start. They're unclear on what they want. They're not confident on how to deliver, and they truly don't know where to get the support that they need. So in the last 5 years, we've grown our mom and female founder community to 250 loyal subscribers at a 54% open rate and a 6% click rate. So what are the market stats, right? Women-owned businesses contribute to $150 billion per year to the Canadian economy. That's a substantial amount of market, okay? 1 in every 3 businesses is owned by a Canadian mom. Less than 2% of those businesses are funded by venture capitalists, and 42% of those newly registered businesses between 2020 to 2023 are owned by Black moms or moms of color. So the need is definitely there. There's tons of market opportunity. We're trying to fill that gap. So what are our attractions and milestones? With a strong social presence and brand awareness, we have successfully hosted events, pop-up markets, and community.
You have 1 minute.
Okay, thank you. In 2019, we started a blog to share weekly tips, mom hacks, and industry events. In 2020, we grew an email list to 200 and launched a full service website. In 2021, we hosted our first mixer during the pandemic. In 2022, we took our mission to a totally different step and hosted our first pop-up market at Stockyards Village Mall, where we were able to host over 30 startup vendors, all moms and female founders. And in 2022, this September, we came back with the pop-up with a give back initiative, and we're able to donate 50 backpacks to school-aged children who supported our vendors market. So our growth strategy over the next 5 years is to expand our membership base, launch an exclusive membership app, explore partnerships and collaborations, and phase 3, open a physical location. So our primary sources, thank you. Our primary sources of revenue at the moment are the app subscription and our events. And going into phase 2, raising funds, we are really looking to turn our app launch. Sorry, say again.
All right.
Should I-
So,
okay.
all right, judges, I don't know if you'd like to wait to the end. Just want to get your feedback on that.
I'll start. Too many words.
Okay.
One of the things that you need to practice is writing out and clarifying your thinking so that the way you speak. So it has to be, it can't be written by someone else. It has to be written by you. It should be in point form.
Okay.
On your slides, point form, not sentences. Throw all your grammar out the window and do it in business point form. There's lots of articles out there. You've got some good stats, but you're not supporting how women think. You need to go out and get some research on the identification of the struggles that women, particularly women of color, have in starting their own business.
Okay.
You mention it, but you don't give me any research to back up what you're saying. And I know it's there because I've done it.
Okay.
Okay. So go find it. Make sure it's either global or Canadian centric.
Okay. So sorry, Cheryl, can I just ask you really quickly, this slide with the market stats, is that not,
That's great, but you're not talking about the research of the discussion you had on the problems that women have being entrepreneurs in today's day and age.
got it.
Okay, so I want to see some commentary that the World Bank has indicated the challenges for women in starting their new businesses.
Got it.
That's the kind of thing I want to see. You've got to cite it and you've got to put it on your slide.
Okay.
Get your font bigger, and there's too many words.
Okay.
Way too many words.
Okay.
No sentences, points by point by point by point, so that I can see it, I can read down the middle of it, absorb that information, and not have to take my mind to extract all this information. You've got a great concept. Your milestones aren't important. What's
Okay.
important is where you want to go next and why you
Okay.
want to go there.
Should I remove that entire, sorry, Cheryl, should I just remove that entire slide?
I don't have much time, so just take notes.
Okay.
So one of the things that we want to look at here is get your finances in place much faster, and please use professional language. Things like tons of is not professional language.
Got it.
Okay, so let's raise the bar. May I just very quickly, to all of you, we only have 2 minutes as judges. Please make notes and don't intersect unless you absolutely have to, you don't understand. And it's good when you leave the slideshow up, PowerPoint up, so we can refer to it. So those are the two things I'd ask all of you to do, is take notes, because we're in a hurry, okay? And if you need me, you can find me on LinkedIn. Anyone who wants to talk to me, send me a note on LinkedIn, I will answer you.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. Professor Odoi, please.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, Stephanie. Yeah, so I then again, Sarah went, she's pinpointed a lot of things, but you know me, being an accountant, one of the things that you didn't get to, as you know, is the financial part.
Yeah.
And that's why people are in the room. You are here to ask for money. So I always say that even if you are rushing through your data, you should be able to at least get to the financial part. Very important.
Okay.
So I see that you have a financial plan saying that you the return on investment is there, is great and all that, but you didn't get to talk to that.
Yeah.
Because you spend much time, you know, on the beginning. And also, you know, the slide was too busy. You know, like Cheryl said, it has to be in bullet points. It's very busy. And also try to source your source of, you know, getting the data from where you're getting the data from. Very important. It makes investors.
I do have that. Should I be putting it underneath each stat?
Yes, at the bottom. Yes, once it's there, you don't need to talk about it.
Thank you.
Then we know that it's there. So if I'm an investor and I'm watching this, I quickly will know that this is where the source is coming from is good. Then you go to the next point. And so it didn't even talk about, I didn't hear a part where it talks about who is even behind this business. Those are very important. So when I was teaching, I always tell you guys are very important. Yes, you see the team, who the team is very important. So I know it's you behind the team and what you are doing. And these are the financial, these are the projections and things like that. So other than that, the presentation slide itself looks good, but it seemed too busy. So make it more bullet points.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And it can be quite tough to speak about something you're passionate about in 5 minutes, but let's, we have a lot to do, so let's just try to keep it pretty concise. So we're going to go on to the next speaker. That'll be Chair Winfred John. Are you ready, please?
Yeah, I am.
Awesome. So the timer starts now. Go ahead.
Let me share my screen. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Winfred John. Let me quickly do this. Just this one. Having a little challenge here. Okay, can you see this now?
Yes, we can.
All right. So my name is Winfred John, and I'm the sole proprietor for Chef Winnie. It's a Nigerian food business based in Toronto, and I am the chef in charge of this business too. So Chef Winnie, we only make predominantly Nigerian meals that is closest, like it tastes like home. That's the concept behind this business. And then we want food to bring closer families, friends, and create this pattern of people coming together again to share home-cooked meals, even in a world that's fast-paced, like people don't have time to cook so much. Everybody likes to eat, but not everybody has time to cook, especially the homemade meals. Chef Winnie bridges that gap. We make homemade Nigerian meals for people to buy or order and eat on the go. That's basically what we do. And then the Canadian food industry is a thriving one, and I immigrated to Canada about 3-4 years ago. When I entered here, the first thing I was looking out for was Nigerian dishes, because I wasn't very used to the kind of foods that are prepared here. But when I tried out certain foods that the Nigerian I saw on Uber Eats and other Nigerian restaurants, it wasn't what I expected. It had this different, distinct taste from what we usually do back home. And being like, I already had this business back home, I decided to bring it back into the Canadian system so that people like me, Nigerians like me who need this kind of meals, will be able to access them and then enjoy it. So I started up this business officially in 2021, but because of COVID, I wasn't able to sail through with the COVID and everything. It went back into, like, I cook from my home, and we were able to launch it fully. But what I did was I was able to register this business, and I was able to create awareness and get a few people that interested at the time. So where we are right now, what I want to do currently is I already met with some grocery stores across Toronto, like about 5 of them. There's a few very close to me where I reside, and about 5 of them, I sold my idea of selling, preparing, and packaging these meals so that people can just walk in and pick them from the freezers and reheat, eat, enjoy. Or you can also order on Uber Eats in larger quantities than we have in these stores, so that we'll be able to get food across to people as much as possible. It should be readily available that people can walk in and buy. We have different meals that we want to do, like the jollof rice, the Nigerian fried rice, the coconut rice, soups, stews, meat and fish, and other traditional foods, the very core traditional foods, because every Nigerian I know that loves traditional foods are looking out for these traditional meals, especially the nkwobi, the oba, the abacha. These ones are rarely found in some of these restaurants we already have. But Chef Winnie prepares this free, and the shelf life, most of these foods can last at least a week in the fridge and over a week if frozen. So they can stock up their fridge and just preheat and eat. Okay, next slide. I already mentioned that since immigrating to Canada in 2019, I was able to register the business here. I was able to open a bank account under the business name For accountability, I was able to introduce my business on social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and currently on Facebook, I have about 14,000 people who currently follow the page. And then I share my recipes too. There's a platform.
1 minute left.
There's a platform where we can share our recipes, and you can find also my recipes. Over 57 personal recipes that I have. You can find them on Google. Then, because I had a baby earlier in the year, I wasn't able to do so much sales in the first quarter, but the second quarter, the third quarter, and then the last one that we are in, I've been able to make some improvements since this year. Then for the team, we have just 3 people, myself and the managing member and my kitchen assistant. And then what we're looking for is $25,000 to be able to invest in machinery, licensing for the business, and then to get more people to join this group so that we'll be able to foot what we need for this business so far. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Winfred. So I'm calling on the first judge. Cheryl, please.
To me, it's a great idea. It's not fully formed. There are some gaps here that need to be addressed. You need to be, you're all over the place. You need to be very specific and very focused on whether you're going to run an online subscription business that's going to teach people and give people recipes that you can charge for, or are you going to be selling this in stores, or are you going to be selling it fresh Uber Eats? You need to focus. Focus is the first key to success. So choose the one that you think you can do the best, get it up and running, and then do the rest. Too many words, far too many words, too many sentences. Please, everyone, do not put your PowerPoint up on work page, put it up on show. Okay? I think you call it slideshow. Put it up on slideshow so that we get the whole screen and not all the stuff on the side.
Okay.
Okay, slideshow, please. All right. I was unsure what you were asking for and how you were going to spend the money. Are you going to set it up in a professional kitchen and follow all kinds of health rules and do frozen foods? Are you going to do fresh cooking and sell it fresh? Okay. Are you going to sell through a website? Are you going to, you need to focus your business and your thinking, not just to get access to funding, but also in order for you to build a successful business. You can only do one thing at a time, and I keep teaching this. Get yourself a book. I have one always up here ready to show. Great idea, not today. Okay, future revenue opportunities, but not specific. Okay, you've got a great idea. I still am unsure of the marketplace. You know, how many people are of Nigerian descent and how many people outside, like my kids, who will eat anything. Okay, so it isn't just Nigerians you're talking to. You're talking to anyone who wants to experience the foods of other countries. Okay, thank you. The timer is not up. I can't see it. If you could get that timer up, it would be helpful.
It was up.
I don't have it.
Thank you, Cheryl. So it will be highlighted visibly next time. So next up, Professor Oyelade, please.
Okay, so is it Winfred?
Winfred, yes.
Okay, I watched your presentation. Looks good. I like the food part. Those are the food I like, by the way. Anyways, you started very good. You gave the demographics of the business, which was great. The business is very nice and unique, innovative, but however, you did not demonstrate the deep understanding of the market, like Sarah is saying, the deep demonstration of the of the market. You have to understand the market segmentation, and also the slide that is up right now, which shows the use of funds. It shows machinery, license, and talent. Those we don't have the numbers. So if you're starting a business, how do I know if I give you 25,000, how much the license costs? You should know all that ahead of time. Okay. So that you can tell me that out of the 25,000, me as an investor, I've invested my own 10,000, which we call the skin in the game. And I'm going to use the 25,000, 10,000 is for, let's say, kitchen accessories and things like that. $5,000 or $1,000 is for licensing, and then so on and so forth. That is very important. That's what investors want to see. How much money are you asking for? You were clearly on that. And so you need 25,000 to invest. Most of the time, if it's a grant, it's free, but if it's money that you have to pay back, what is the return on investment? Because if I'm sitting at the back and you want me to invest my money, I want to be able to, ascertain the fact that I'll get this money within this time period. So the payback period is very important. But one of the things that I also did not see in your presentation is that there's no realistic data to back the finance, the research. There's no realistic data for that. So you need to do those things. So, you know, when I'm teaching, I always talk about the startup costs. I think that's where you want to break down this part of the startup cost. How much is going to cost me to jumpstart this business? And so you have to do a lot of feasibilities to see the demographics. So if you're starting in a particular area, I always give an example in my lectures that if I'm starting like a jerk chicken, which area would I put that? So those are the things. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Professor. So now I'd like to call on the next presenter, Kada Pierre of True to Soul Network, please. Hello, Kada, are you here?
I'm unable to start video here. It's saying I can't start video because the host has stopped it.
Okay, just a minute here.
No problem. Hello. Thank you so much. So I'll just get this all lined up so you can see, you can hear me. Present. And share.
All right, we can see a screen now, so the timer will start now.
Excellent. Thank you everyone for your time today. I'm CEO and founder of True to Soul Network. My name is Kada Pierre, and our focus is transformative healing programs for people who are suffering from PTSD, complex PTSD. My interest in this is because I'm a survivor of complex trauma that began in toddlerhood, physical, sexual, racial trauma that carried through my life. And until I found healing, I wasn't even aware of what I needed. I found that I couldn't find inclusive spaces. I couldn't find the type of resources that I needed. And as I became a police officer and just retired recently after 27 years, I realized that a lot of people are in this position, not able to access what they need as professional Black women who are looking to heal. So our vision is a society that is safe for all women and girls to be empowered and true to who we are. And our mission is to revolutionize survivorship, because over 70% are survivors of humanity, are survivors of trauma of one sort or another. As a trauma specialist, I know that there are 17 different areas of recognized trauma. And as Black women, BIPOC women, and Indigenous women are most likely to be somehow violated, I found that that's the area that I want to focus True to Soul. We have over 5.5 billion people in the world, over 70% of the population that's been traumatized in one way or another. 76% of Canadians report experiencing trauma, and our productivity just plummets as a result of that. So rather than focusing wholly on sexual trauma, I've now pivoted True to Soul as a result of beta testing that we've done in recent times and research that OCAD has participated in, and decided we would broaden the scope rather than only sexual trauma, to broaden the scope to PTSD, because most sexual trauma survivors are complex PTSD survivors as well. And it also opened the doors, based on our feedback, for people to come and seek our services without being fearful of stigmatization. Our clients are two audiences: CPTSD survivors, comprised of Black, Indigenous, and people of color women who are professionals between the ages of 30 and 55, starting in Canada and moving globally. Our beta testing is global, with Canada participants from Canada, Costa Rica, UK, South Africa, and the States. Corporately, we have involvement on corporate level and interests in partnership once we launch from the financial and business sector, government, nonprofit, and associations. Associations being those organizations representing the professionals and also oftentimes in support positions for professionals in different sectors. The value that we offer for the survivors are anonymized virtual programs. Our program called Moja Healing, Moja being Swahili for unity, one, is something that has been proven very attractive to people. So that is proven. Safe and inclusive community is what else we offer through a virtual platform and a virtual marketplace where they can find vetted products and services. The value for the corporations is online learning. We have been tapped and already engaged with workshops and presentations and program development, trauma-informed support, speakers, workshops, and programs, and e-commerce, again, in that marketplace, an economical way for them to put forward their services and products to our participants. There we go. So the trifold solution that we offer is on one virtual platform, a one-stop shop. Subscription-based, a curated directory on that platform, replicable workshops that apply cultural sensitivity training, as well as programs, and a knowledge and research hub, because most times hubs are outdated. Ours, with the participation on both our client bases, allows us to keep our hub up to date. The virtual community, and of course, the cross-sectoral providers.
1 minute.
That participate in our programs and as speakers. We've beta tested and continue beta testing on OCAD and Waterloo universities are in the submits with us and will participate fully once we get funded. Fall 2024 is when we intend to launch. People that help out with this is Masaba Mwambu, Director of Operations, Denzel Edwards, our full stack, and Rayan Benaga. We have 3 revenue streams currently that we're proposing because we are pre-revenue, online learning, subscription, and marketplace with a possible white labeling in the future. This is our market, 4.4 billion, broken down to, trillion, and broken down for us, 1 billion is what we hope to scoop up. These are our partnerships and our traction. We've self-funded. Up until now, we have close to 1,000 members, workshops already done and partnerships in play. My ask is 1 million for the purpose of personnel, product development, SGA, and marketing. These are the people we've engaged.
Time is up.
And we continue to collaborate. Thank you so much for your time. As I move on to the next one, the next one's thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Kada. So I'm going to go over to first judge, Cheryl.
You talk fast.
I do.
And you're going to have to slow down.
Yes.
Okay, so fewer words, spaces between,
okay,
allows people to absorb the information.
Okay.
And makes it easier to understand. Again, it's tightening everything up, getting rid of all the non-words, writing it out, editing it down, using use chat box, use Grammarly, use these different tools to get it down to a very precise, simple statement that resonates with people. It's hard for us to figure out exactly what you're doing until partway through. I would put your subscription-based concept at the beginning. It helps me understand what it is you're attending to. So your business model should come fairly close to the beginning. So you give the problem, you give the solution, and part of the solution is your business model. Okay, and it should be at the beginning. So you're wandering through all of this and I'm saying, so what, so what? Ah, there it is. Okay, because my first thought is this subscription based. Break down 1 billion. I'm sorry, that's too many. You need to indicate how you're going to grow the business to 1 billion and how you're going to do it. Is this going to be anyone who speaks English anywhere in the world? Is that your marketplace?
Yes.
Okay. So these are some of the things, and you're going to geofence your advertising. I didn't get any sense of how you're going to reach people.
Okay.
This is an important part, and your numbers. I don't have any sense of what you need to spend the money on.
That was on the slide.
It's on the slide. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you need to hit it. Okay. So it's don't assume I can read it because I was too busy listening to you.
Got it.
Okay, so you need to make very solid point form.
Time is up.
And you, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Chair.
you.
Professor Modoy.
Hi, Kira, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Yourself?
Very good, very good, very good. I see that you understand you have a strong idea of what the business is about, which I like about it. But the market target, you didn't demonstrate strong understanding of the target market. I wasn't clear on that, which market, what the target market is. You have to work on that. You have a solid business model, but you didn't outline clearly how you're going to generate that revenue. Because if you're asking for $1 million, that's a serious money. And so I need to understand how you're going to be able to generate that revenue to be able to compensate for that, and how you're going to pay back, how you're going to manage costs in order for you to achieve profitability, for you to be able to even take care of these $1 million and pay it off. You understand? So those are the few things that I would like to, understand. So it's $1 million you're asking for, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Today,
So we need,
yes.
yeah. So we need to clearly understand how you're going to be able to generate revenue to compensate and deal with that revenue, that amount of money.
Understood. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, Kada.
Thank you.
So we're going to call upon the next presenter, Stacy Martin of Stacy Martin Lifestyle Inc.
Hello,
Hello, Stacy.
how are you?
Good. So the timer will start as soon as we can see your screen. So please share your screen.
Is it working? Oh. I apologize. I'm having a bit of a trouble sharing my screen here. It's telling me I can't. Is that me? I'm getting a bit of an error message on it.
Could you give it a try one more time?
Error message. I'm gonna try it again here.
Okay.
So it's giving me an error message that is telling me to now open the system preferences. I'm not
Okay.
sure why.
Um,
I'm not sure why it's doing that.
Yeah.
It's telling me that I have to ask Zoom to allow it, and it's telling me to open up the system preferences.
All right, so it seems to be a setting with your laptop. I guess they're using a MacBook. So what would it do? One of the support members will be in touch with you shortly.
Okay.
And then we'll come back to you. Is that okay?
Are they gonna reach out to me on Slack or?
1 second. Maybe someone can please message Stacy privately, maybe to get her number and just get this sorted out quickly.
Okay.
So while we just get that sorted quickly. Okay, thank you, Esther. While we get that sorted, so Keno, are you here, please?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. Okay, so would you like to share your screen and then we can start?
Absolutely. Just a second. I'm trying to turn on my video and it says I cannot start my video because the host has stopped it.
Okay.
Nope, still unable to start the video.
You can try now, Keno.
Okay. All right. I'll share my screen then. 1 second.
Awesome. Thank you. So the timer will start now.
All right, so thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kenami. I am the co-founder and CEO of Folks Event. Folks Event is a one-stop event planning solution which seamlessly blends creativity to create unforgettable, personalized experiences and events for our clients. Folks Events is a family-owned event planning company. This is owned by myself alongside my 4 sisters. The problem we noticed when we started Folks Events is that there is a growing need for event planning services that can create personalized and inclusive experiences to reflect diverse backgrounds and each client's uniqueness. So this is what we aim to achieve with Folks Events. The opportunity we recognize here is that with life, as with everything, there is an evolving life landscape and everything changes. So we evolve with the market. We tend to meet our clients and wherever they are and plan events that suit them. So our target market for events are families, individuals, and organizations around the GTA and within and in Ontario as well. Basically, our solution to this is to provide a stress-free, memorable events to our clients. So hence our business slogan, which is you dream it, we plan it. So we intend to have our clients sit back and relax while we plan an event of their dreams for them. In terms of traction, we have successfully executed so many events. Some of our top 3 events include a pop-up show, which we executed for high fashion brand La Becca in 2022. This was done downtown Toronto. The first image on the slide shows that. Also, we orchestrated a paint and sip event in the community. This was for the Black youths, just to foster a sense of inclusivity among the Black youths. We also worked with a major balloon vendor in the GTA. It's the Balloons for Me to plan her 30th birthday as well. Our business model at Folks Events here, we have a diversified revenue model. So we get revenue from different sources. One is through our event planning. Another is through vendor partnership. We have strategic relationships with different vendors, either through referral programs or commissions when we collaborate, as well as our corporate partnerships as well. In terms of our finances, we do have a graph here which indicates our finances. We hope to keep moving up. This year, it was still September, so hopefully before the end of the year, we would have exceeded and made more profit than we did last year. Like I said, the team it's a family-owned business, so it's made of my sisters and myself, and this is are the members of the team. My sister is a caterer, one is a baker, another one is a designer, so we all come together to run this business successfully. In terms of our next milestone, we do want to establish a steady client base and referral network within the GTA. Also, we want to be able to build and sustain a sustainable inventory. By that, I mean right now, most of our equipment are on rentals. So if we're able to buy them outright, we would be able to use them for our events and maybe even rent them out as well. And this will help us on the long term financially. Moving forward from that, our ask today is 20,000 Canadian dollars. And this will go into, like I mentioned earlier, our hardware, equipment and props, which we use for events. Also, it's a family-owned business, and because we're just 5 of us, sometimes we include our spouses and our kids. However, it limits the amount of events we're able to take, especially on busy weekends in the summer. So if we were to expand and hire more talent, it would help us to be able to take more events, hereby increasing revenue. We would also
1 minute left.
Thank you. We would also use some of the apps for marketing as well as logistics. So we are looking into financing a van, which will help us to move our gear and hopefully acquiring the van in the future. And yeah, I believe that's it for me. Once again, my name is Kenami, co-founder of Folks Events, and thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you so much, Keno. So I'm going to call on the first judge, Cheryl, please.
Okay, everybody, and I'm going to say this again, slow down. You're trying to jam too much information into too short a period of time, and it's very difficult to follow. You need to get your sentences tighter, make them resonate, and hit the high points. The too many words, again, throw all your grammar rules out of the window. Let's see point form. Let's see highlights. The slide should only remind you of what you have to say. I can read. I don't need to read. I need to hear you. So just put up the title of your successes and then talk about it. Then you can adjust to whomever you're speaking to. You had you're solid. I'd like to see your revenue. Okay, I don't know if it was there or not. Okay. This is accounting, and our accountant may speak to you on this. What's your colors? Is that 15,000? Is that a loss? It's in red.
So in red is our expenditure. So
No. In accounting standards, red is a loss. Change your colors.
Okay.
Green is okay, blue's okay, but red is a loss.
Got it.
So when I'm reading financials and I see red, I see loss.
Okay.
Okay. So understand the standards of accounting systems in North America and follow them.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. This is great, but it doesn't really tell me if it's 1,500, where does it identify that's you're not identifying the bars. They need to be identified to make it clear.
At the end, we have a legend at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. Okay. I can't read that. Okay. I can't read it. So these are the tricks. And to everyone, please light your face. You're sitting in front of a window. All the light is behind you. I can't see your face. And this goes for all of you. Please, you need to have lights that light your face. You've got a solid business. You've got a solid business. I want to hear your successes. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Professor Odoy, please.
That's from what you described, I can see that you understand your product and services very well, which you articulated clearly. But there's no financial statements. The financial statement that you have is a projection that you have there. That's the pictorial view. But even in that slide, you even show as a key. Like Sarah is saying that, once you use red, people think that, it's a loss. And so you have to clearly state that. And also the way you have it presented, I would rather use numbers. This is my total revenue for year 1, year 2, year 3. The graph, if you want to use the graph that you have there does not clearly shows what the revenue is. And you didn't even talk to it clearly. And so that's very important. You're asking for $20,000, but even this financial has no notes to it. So I don't know which one is revenue, which one is expenses. So I think I'll change this particular slide from there. Just show your full revenue in numbers, clearly numbers, year 1, year 2, year 3. Then this is my expenditure, year 1, year 2, year 3. This is my profit, year 1, year 2, year 3, period. But your service and products, you understand clearly, I understand that, but then just make sure the financials are out clearly. And also, when you're asking for money, I always tell people, you're asking for money, but how do you intend to pay me back? Very important. Or what is the return on investment? Throw that numbers out there. Or even if you don't have that, what's the time span to paying back that money? If you are going to pay back in 2 years or 3 years. But this financial is not clear at all. It will confuse investors. So if you can change that, then you are good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Let's we have the judge here as well, Graham. Graham, do you want to give some comments, please?
Okay, guys, I just came in at the very end there at 2 o'clock. I heard the last few words. I've got to support Cheryl here. You've got to be concise, clear, and to the point. I'm a lender. So what Professor Odoy has just said is, from what you've said, I wouldn't even give it daylight at this moment in time. Profit, expenditure, and revenue, I need to see bottom lines. The succinct, and I've been doing this for 40 years. So Cheryl and I are long at this game, and Professor as well. So, and we've never met before. So this isn't contrived, but what I'm telling you is you've got to be clear in your English, succinct in what you're producing. And to Professor's words here, get your numbers right. Because I'm interested in revenue, but I want to know your ability to repay and also the assumptions of where you're getting to with these numbers. Because it's, other than that, it's just numbers. It means nothing. So if I might be a little bit blunt, but this is how I operate. I'm a lecturer, ex-lecturer at Lambton College. So from that point of view, you've got to get things tied down. Be clear in your English. And you see all those, that last screen that you showed with all the pictures and all the words on it. Cheryl's so right. We can read. So you got to tell us what you know behind what's on the screen, because we're reading as we listen. So hopefully that's succinct advice.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Graham. So we're going to move on to the next speaker. But before we do that, actually, I wanted to ask, Stacy, are you ready to go now?
I am. Yes, I wasn't able to figure it out, but Esther is going to share her screen on my behalf.
Thank you so much. So Esther, please. All right, so the timer starts now.
So thank you for giving me the opportunity to tell you about Stacy Martin Lifestyle. I'm Stacy Martin. I'm founder and CEO of Stacy Martin Lifestyle, a Canadian apparel brand that pushes the boundaries of fashion by blending fitness, fashion, style, and sustainability. Next. In collaboration with Nevis Tourism Authority, Stacy Martin Lifestyle is a premier fashion design brand that brings the Caribbean vibrancy to the rest of the world. Next. My career started as a Broadway dancer. I was dancing on Broadway. I loved dancing and wearing my dancer clothing. And I would look at the women in New York City and think, why are their clothes always look so uncomfortable and made of unnatural fibers? So I started making my own clothes and started my startup company called Kenya. In 2020, I rebranded this company to Stacy Martin Lifestyle to bring in my Caribbean vibrancy and my Caribbean heritage, and to also compete with the $30 billion Canadian fashion industry. Next. The Canadian fashion industry is often overlooked by investors. My vision and my mission is to be one with the industry and to create a new and exciting, profitable fashion design brand. Next. We currently have a pre-money valuation of $5.5 million, and we are raising $1 million for 18%. Our 2-year projection will be realized is going to be for $5 million, and that will be realized through corporate collaborations and online sales predominantly. Next. The company will be scalable by really being the solution to many of the problems that are currently plaguing the fashion industry. This is that brick and mortar stores are closing. They're suffering a fashion is a thing of the past, disposable garments that are polluting our environment, and there's an overall lack of diversity and inclusion in leadership in fashion. Next. With only 14% of major fashion brands being run by a female executive and less than 0.5% of Black female entrepreneurs receiving capital funding, I know that I'm at a disadvantage, but I am not discouraged because I know that having a solution to the problem and having an innovative fashion design brand will be the essence that gives us advantage over the competition. Next. Our main target market are women between the ages of 30 and 55 years old. These are women that really value sustainability, they value Canadian made, and they're okay with spending a little bit more money for quality. Next. Our top competitive advantages are that we are made by a woman for a woman. We are also made in Canada. And with our collaboration with Nevis Tourism Authority, we are working right now actively to have a collaboration with every other island in the Caribbean so that we can grow our reach, grow our sales, and grow our appeal. Next. We use technology in many of the products that we make, and this counters the damaging effects of fast fashion. This technology is in CAD drawings, garment renderings, and this also allows us to have our margins be on average of 69% profit margin. Next. What it's made of is just as important as the style itself, and our customers really value the fabrics that we use. So there's eucalyptus fiber, organic cotton, tencel, rayon from bamboo. There's such incredible fibers that feel incredible against your skin. They allow your body to breathe and allow your body to move. Next. Our competition are these top leading fashion design brands. And the way that we will be able to step up from this is that we are a company that is fully sustainable. We are a company that is made right here in Canada. We are the only one that's led by a woman leader, led by a minority leader, and led by a company that is also community owned. Next. In a $30 billion Canadian fashion industry, just 1% of the market would equal $300 million in sales. I know that with a country filled with women that love to look good and feel good, we can hit this target and so much more. Next. Our current traction is that we have 15 years experience in the industry. We've been recognized by New York Fashion Week and other really prominent fashion design things.
1 minute left.
We've been scalable and we've been able to reach this, but in order to reach our new metrics, we need to be able to raise capital so we can really compete with the others. Next. We are raising $1 million for 18%. Next. These proceeds will be used in 4 different quadrants. So it's 25% for key team members, 33% to produce inventory, 33% to execute marketing, and 9% for infrastructure. Next. Our key team members are devised of 3 people. Adam Myron, who's my business advisor. He is one of 100 entrepreneurs who have started a company and lived to see it be worth $1 million. And our CFO is Tracy Albert. Next. Together with social responsibility, we know that we can have a very, very lucrative business. This is Stacy Martin Lifestyle, and I'm so happy I had the opportunity to present to you today.
Thank you so much, Stacy. So I'm going to go over to the first judge. Cheryl, please.
Okay, great. Talk too fast. You're trying to get too much information in there. It's too hard to follow you. Your fonts are too small. Lovely pictures, but I need to see the fonts. Get rid of the sentences, please, please, pretty please. Everybody, get rid of the sentences. They don't do anything for you. I need points. Very specific points. Keep on target. Good eye story. And I've lived in New York too, so I know what you're talking about. More than once. Okay, so the numbers, you did a good job on the numbers.
Thank you.
Okay, back up some of your statements, please.
Could you explain what that would mean?
Okay, so when you make a statement about how people think or what people are looking for or what they need, there's research out there that you need to tap into that you can cite and you can say, okay, X university of this or whatever has done research and indicates. So if you're looking at, what part of the society are you looking at? Are you looking at upper middle class working women?
Yes.
Then you're going to find a lot of research on their buying habits.
Okay.
You mention it, but you don't back it up in any way.
Okay.
You say women will spend a little bit more. Prove it to me.
Okay.
Get that research in there. Show me that you know and understand your business by the research that you've done so that I know if I lend you money, you're not going to fumble.
Perfect. Yeah.
That you've taken. So everyone, risk assessment. Don't be afraid of talking about risk. Don't be afraid of giving me a solution to a risk problem. You're one of how many out there trying to do the same thing. How are you going to get through that crowded marketplace and be heard? What is that one thing that you can tell me that's going to change when I go online?
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Okay, am I finished? I can't tell. The timer doesn't come up when I'm speaking, so I don't know. But it's really tightening everything up and slowing the speech down, hitting those points, backing yourself up, and making people really lean into you and say, wow, I wasn't quite at the wow.
Time is up.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Cheryl, for that. Please, Professor Odoy.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, good. So I see that you have full passion for the fashion industry, which is very good. You have full understanding of the markets, including the size, the demographics, the trend, the competitors. You backed it by solid data, which is very good for business. I like that. But I saw that you didn't talk a lot about finance, the financial part. That part, I see you have it, but you didn't talk a lot about it. And also, a lot of you guys are not talking about the return on investment. Other than that, I like your presentation, it's solid. And then just try to talk about the finance because that's why you are there in the first place. So spend more time on the finance side, that's all. But everything is good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you so much. Please, Graham.
Can all hear me? Yes?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Stacy, lovely presentation.
Thank
Graphics are excellent. Got to lean into what Cheryl said about the actual font, because you were speaking so quickly. I can't even remember what your ask is.
you. Okay.
So I don't know whether you want 4 million or 1 million or what you're wanting, and I'm a lender. Okay. Backing up, Cheryl, give you great advice there. You're using a few words that I would be very careful about. You've said going to, will be, and would, but you haven't backed up one of those with solid facts. So you've got to get out of those words. If you're going to use, we're going to, and this is how, and this is what it results. It's always the issue and the support and the action. How you're going to get there. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. So as a lender, if I'm going to lend to you, I want to know how you get there. I love everything you're doing here. And I used to be in the retail market as well, so I know what I'm talking about in this part. What you have is succinct. And as Professor said, you're right on the cusp of something big. I love this. I really love it. And I think you can sell it, but sell yourself a little bit more. Okay? Other than that, keep doing the good thing. And I think that you've got an opportunity for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Graham. So we have Aaron here as well. So Aaron, please, would you like to provide some feedback?
Are you guys calling when?
Hello. I think that was a very, very
Hello.
good presentation. It was a very clear, crisp presentation. But like the other esteemed judges said, I would want just 4 to 5 bullet punchy crisp points on each slide. That's it. I know I can read and I will read through it, but I am not able to read and match your pace and the hearing together. So you are losing the essence there. So if you can, lower it down to just like 2 points each slide, and or maybe just highlight or bold the main punchy points, the crisp points which matter, I think that will be a good way to go. I heard your story in the starting, and then you also gave the problem at the moment, what the industry is facing. Why can we not club the two initially so that when you're setting the base, you tell them who you are, what the problem is, and then you come that this is how I solve it. So if I was to break it down, I would say build with your build with your story, followed by the problem statement, where you are, where you want to go, the financials and use of money. Let's keep it very clean and simple. The visuals are very good, but again, you need to justify the visuals with what you're saying. Another thing which I liked was how in a template, you mentioned that this is the cost of building a product, this is the profit margin. That is a very good slide for any investor to understand what my return of investment is going to be. How will I get? They've worked those numbers while they're talking to you.
Time is
so
up.
Focus on that too.
Okay.
Okay, so just with the lack of time, one thing that you said, that you are at a disadvantage. No, you are at an advantage. Flip that around to how you can present that. Why are you at an advantage? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Stacy, for that. So I'm going to call upon the next presenter, Tegadora Jinadu.
Okay, I'm here.
Awesome. Will you please turn on your video and share your screen?
Same thing, I can't turn on my video because the host has stopped it. So I think that should be from your end.
Yeah, Teka, can you try now?
Okay. All right, let me share my screen. Right, here we are. Okay, I don't know why this is not playing. Oh, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can now.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
start now. Sorry, could you make it full screen?
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. Okay, yeah. Hello, my name is Tega Jinadu. I am the founder of Customized Streets. I recently moved to Canada sometime last year, June. And 2 months in, I was craving African treats. Chin chin, to be precise, is a popular treat in Africa. So we went visiting, more like we browsed through retail stores here in my vicinity, and I went through the international aisle. Not only did I not find chin chin, there was not one African treat on the aisle. So I called a friend and I asked her, where am I going to get chin chin? So she said the African treats, of course, African shops, of course. I thought about that, like, okay, for every retail store to have an international aisle, there should be at least an African treat. So I did a research, I spoke to different people, and I identified 3 key reasons why this was so. African treats are not well represented in the North American market. One is that we have poor packaging, or we have low quality products, and our products are not at the top mind share of customers. And the very obvious one, African treats are only found in African or Afro-Caribbean stores. We have also identified 3 key solutions. One is to build our product trust. African treats or African producers or our products needs to be trustworthy. Consumer needs to trust our products, creating good brand awareness, and improve our product mind share and leverage on retail stores to have our products on every shelves on every big retail stores. Who is Customized Streets? What is Customized Streets all about? We make bespoke cookies and African treats for any occasions and events. We've made over thousands decorated cookies, brownies, chin chin, and we have served over 300 plus customers in Nigeria and also in Canada here as well. Market opportunity is $64 billion. And our market competitors, looking at this screen, I know all of us recognize most of these brands and companies. There is no one African brand or companies on this slide. Our revenue model, simple. We have 2 revenue models. One is our direct customer others, and the other one is a retail sales model, where we partner with retail stores to have our products on the shelves via in-store or through online. Customized treats at a glance. So on the first picture here, this bespoke treats, we make custom cookies. We literally can paint your face on a cookie. So the middle one is what our chin chin looks like. We have rebranded it. It looks attractive. It looks appealing. And the last picture part is the events we have been to, showcasing customized treats, our products. One thing I realized about Canadians, they are very adventurous with food. So we got a lot of feedbacks from that. And this is our financial forecast. We are targeting by year 5, we should have, our annual revenue should be by 4 million, and the net margin is 27%. Our 3-year rollout plan by year 3, we want to have, have a strong
1 minute left
in the US market. And this is our management team. This is me, Tega. I have over 8 years of project management experience. I'm a certified food handler. This is George Jenadu. I'd like to call him the numbers guy. He's certified, CPA certified, 20 years finance experience, and those are his experience there. So he eats, breathes numbers. This is our axe, and we have is distributed between marketing, equipment, websites, and our working capital. And thank you for listening to my presentation. I am open for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tega. I'm going to call upon the first judge, Cheryl.
Okay, very precise, very clear, good numbers. Your story needs to be tightened up.
Okay.
Okay, you wander. You have such a short period of time to express everything. It has to be very tight and sharp and clean. It comes from practice. Take a breath. Okay, everyone, take a breath. Let people absorb the information you're giving. I think that nerves were in your way, but I would like to see more excitement in what you're doing. And I'm still unclear in your business model. Is this a very local geographical area that you're going to be selling to with the custom cookies? Is this an online business where you're going to ship the cookies around the world? I didn't get a good sense of your revenue streams in terms of potential. And, you know, when you show the size of the total size of the market, you did the Oreo cookies, it's not a good relationship. You're not an Oreo cookie. You don't have advertising dollars behind you. You need to find numbers that are more specialty. So go and find the numbers that are specialty food numbers, because those don't resonate with me. I've been in this world too long, okay? The Oreo cookie is one of those cookies that's around the world. It has no relationship to what you're doing. Make it realistic. And there's good research out there. I'm going to speak generally to all of you. Do your research. It tells the investor that you know what you're doing. It tells the investor you know where you sit in the marketplace. I would like to see your break-even point. You're borrowing X number of dollars. At what point do you break even, and at what point do you pay this back?
Hi, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. So, Professor Odoy, please. Professor Odoy.
Professor Odoy has left. We can go to the next one.
All right, thank you. Graham, please.
Okay, can you see me, guys?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Break-even point. I'm going to come on where Cheryl came off. I need to know that. I'm a lender. And by the way, I specialize in innovative food. That's what I do every day. So, customized treats. What is chin chin? I've no idea what it tastes like. And I know it's for the African market. That is perfect. I have a Nigerian lady living in my home as a student at this moment in time. She makes me beautiful food. However, on slide number 4, you've got the word sweet where it should be soot. A spelling mistake. That turns me off straight away. Slide 4.
Okay.
Go to the next slide. Maybe I got the wrong one. It's
okay. Is it 4 or 5? Is this one?
Treats to sweet all occasions.
Oh,
that is wrong spelling. Okay.
As a typo. Thank you.
Good. S-U-I-T. Okay. On your next slide, please go to your next slide. Slide number 6.
Okay.
Okay. Purina Pet Care. I don't know whether you're trying to sell me a biscuit that I can eat or for dogs. Okay. Purina Pet Care. You've got market competition. Okay. Purina Pet Care is not in your field. I know because they're my client. Okay. So I know that they don't, that should not be there. So there's a couple of things. 27% net margin. I would ask you to take a look at that because that seems pretty low to me in the food. One thing that you've missed is biosecurity. I don't know anything about how you're going to bring that to market without biosecurity. Next point I would say is bullet points. Slow up a little bit, get your facts right, and get supporting information behind the scenes. There's plenty of data out there. And if you want, you've got my name. If you want information offline, I will give it to you.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Graham. So Aaron, please.
Thank you. And Graham, excellent points. Thank you for taking a few of them. Saves me some time. One thing that I noticed that I understand that maybe you want, that's like the way you want to present, which is an informal dialogue. But using words like, I moved here sometime last year. No, just be correct. I moved here in last year, in Feb 2022. Clear, to the point. Do not use, he's my numbers guy, he sleeps, eat, breathe, whatever numbers. No, not the way we do business. So use, he is the numbers expert. Everybody wants, whoever is investing money in you, wants to know that you are good at what you do, and you will make sure that the investor gets the money back. So use that. Again, like Graham pointed, I don't know about Chin Chin. Can you show me a visual representation of Chin Chin in a slide where I can see and understand what it is? Maybe the nutritional facts of why Chin Chin, if it's not just like a comfort food. Then I think you need to show the enthusiasm. There is the enthusiasm missing. If you are so passionate about your product, let me see that through the way you talk to me. I should be on my seat, holding on for every second to know more about and get excited. But if your tone is not the way it is supposed to be, then I lose interest. You might have the best product, but if I don't have that interest in the way you talk, I'm out of the table. I'm not sitting on it. So that's one thing. The competition that you've shown, this is aspirational competition. This is not your current true state competition. Maybe your current true state competition is the gourmet shops selling food. Maybe the confectioners who are local, who are selling products. So if you go with this, it will be very difficult for the investor to understand how will you beat Oreo, how will you beat Chips Ahoy. So have a realistic competitor with this as an aspiration. We aspire to be the Oreo of the market in the next 6 years. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Aaron. So thank you, Tega, for that. So I'm going to call upon the next presenter, Ruth Ario for Wazia Bakery. Ruth, are you here?
Yes, I am. Hello, everyone. Okay. I'll just go right ahead to share my screen. Okay, I can't seem to share my screen from here.
Can you try again, Funmilola? You are given the co-host permission. You should be able to share.
Okay, I think it's a security thing from my computer. So. Okay, I might have to leave this meeting and join again.
All right. So that's fine. It's just one quick second here.
The next one to go will be Ziva Jorge.
Okay. Ziva Jorge, are you here, please?
Yep, I'm here.
Awesome. So please, could you turn on your video and share your screen, please?
Sorry, I'm going next or now?
You go now, please.
Oh, okay, instead of the other person, yeah. One second, sorry, just having some trouble.
Hello, okay.
Okay.
Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, I added more slides, so I was wondering, do I have to send you a new version, or should I just share my own screen?
If you can share your screen, please share it.
Okay. Okay, I think I got it.
Okay. Yeah, we can see your screen now.
You can see the screen? Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm Shaniva. I'm the intern for the Africa Canada Education Foundation. And I'm just in the process of getting some more numbers for you now that I was hearing like the feedback from some of the other pitches. So we may be missing some of those numbers and tips that you were just asking for, but I was just asking for some of those right now. So we may be able to add those in later for the final pitch. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I'm the intern, and this charity has provided me with incredible opportunities. And the founder of this organization is Dr. Charles Quis-Adade. Okay, so thank you for considering us. So essentially, we are a community center based in British Columbia in Surrey. And our mission is to empower those of African descent, specifically in the fields of digital literacy and artistic expression. The problem that we're addressing is the lack of financial resources for artistic ventures. So some of the things that we're offering at the studio is music classes, dance classes, studio spaces, film editing, software, equipment for videography. Sorry, like it's not letting me switch to the next slide, unfortunately. There we go. Oh, sorry. Right, okay, so the Africa Canada Art and Digital Literacy Center and Vision Studios aims to address these challenges by offering a physical arts center that acts as a hub for those of African descent. And simultaneously, we offer the digital literacy programs and workshops. Our target market, like I said, those of African descent, specifically projects that we've done in the past have been the digital literacy for elders. So we're also targeting the elders, and then in the African community, and also our youth for the artistic side of the center. So the way that we're contacting our target market is through Instagram. We're doing SEO marketing. We're trying to be at the top search results for community centers in Surrey, well, for-profit community centers. And so this is just a sample of one of our Instagram posts. We do bilingual posts so that we can access the entirety of the Anglophone and Francophone African market in BC. And our business model, so we do membership fees, the digital literacy program for elders, and the studio rental. And then we're also doing, like I said, the multimedia marketing strategy by through Instagram, Indiegogo, and email. So we're in the process of working on a video pitch through Indiegogo to access this target market. And then we also have done website analysis to see how we can adjust our own website to, again, become the top search results and everything we need to work on website-wise. We're also working on campaigns to access this target market. One example is this Bricks for Success with accompanying merchandising. Our competitive advantage is we're the only community center that's addressing art and digital literacy. So here are some examples of other for-profit community.
1 minute left.
Sorry?
You have 1 minute.
Okay. And yep, so our competitive advantage, we just did a comparison of all the other for-profit centers and just showing how we fill that niche. Like I said, social media campaigns, we're doing partnerships and community outreach through the campaigning. Here's all our numbers. So based on our market research, we estimate a steady growth of revenue over the next 5 years. For our gross margin, this is 65% of the revenue. I didn't add that in, but that's what that is. And so this is our founder, Dr. Charles Quistadade. I'll just, because I think we're out of time. And this is our mood board.
All right, thank you so much, Zaniva. Hope I got that right. So I'm gonna please call on the first judge. Cheryl, please.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
It's okay, I'm going to speak. Okay, you need to, and I know you're young, but I need you to learn business language.
Yeah.
Okay, please. So however you speak with your friends is great, but when you're speaking in a business manner, let's bring it up. Don't read. I can read. Don't read. So all of those pros, get rid of it, get points in there. You did a good job on the problem page. The text was very busy, but you just listed the problems. That's what should be on the slide. Just those points. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? All those other words are useless because I don't read them. All right? I need to better understand the revenue streams and whether they're subsidized. So you say that your one revenue stream is the elderly. Is that are they paying their way or do you subsidize that? You have rentals for I don't know if they're artist studios, music studios, if it's just empty spaces that they can rent. I need some understanding of that. Because I have no idea.
At the moment, I think the center just receives grants from the government.
That's what
the
we
revenue model
need
is the memberships.
Okay, that's
so
what
they
we
are.
need to know. We need to know. We need to know all of those things. It's not there. Be precise, be clear, be succinct, get rid of all the non-words. Help me understand what your purpose is. Mission, vision, purpose, they're not there. And it's one word, it's one sentence, sentence after the other till I get to understand that you're supporting a certain group of people in a certain manner. And you're geographically fenced in terms of what you do. That's important. Okay. Your target market, and every time I see numbers on advertising and all these things, you haven't done your research. To get a proper campaign in social media up and running is going to cost you about $5,000 a month because you have to pay for ads.
Time is up.
Anything less than that, you're throwing good money after bad. So let's get some realistic numbers in there, and I still don't know what you're asking for. I have no idea how much you want.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. Next up, I'm going to call on Graham, please.
Okay, Zaniva, you're actually quite brilliant at what you do. I enjoyed this. I got to reiterate a couple of things, and I don't want to come down on you like a ton of bricks here, but honestly, your slides are so busy. You'd moved on to the next slide, and I had only read the first sentence, so I lost 2/3 of every slide. So be specific and bullet pointed. So in other words, what I put over all of this, information overload. Just there's a way you've just dumped the whole lot on us, and it's so hard for us to grasp. We can read, but I only want to read the bullet points and all that other verbiage that you've got. You tell us that. Tell us that. You know, the other thing is source of funding. What a brilliant point by Cheryl. I need to know where the money's coming from. I need to know where it goes out. Now, as far as your ROI and all those things on that page, you had I think you had 7 graphs on one page. I can't read all of those in one moment. I need to understand them. I'm a lender. Here's what I would do if I were you. I'd get, before your final pitch, do this in front of a mirror. Let yourself talk, you know, and you're an absolute dream to your professor, because you've done a heck of a job here. Okay, I love the way you do it. I love where your market is. Your demographics, I'm kind of all over the place. Like Cheryl, I just don't know what you want here at the end of the day. Be specific, keep doing what you're doing, because you're onto a good thing here. And I would like to see you really be successful in this. But simplify it. And of course, Cheryl always, I think she knows I'm coming next and she knows I'm going to ask the question. What do you want? Tell us your ask. Start up with this. Start out with that. So there you go. I've never met Cheryl before until this, but we're thinking the same. Okay, good job. Narrow it down, streamline it, and you're on to something really good here. Well done.
Thanks so much. I also forgot to add, it was 65,000. That was the ask for the loan, but it should be in there.
So then they ask, why? What's it for? What's the purpose? You know,
for the renovations to the studio.
See, there we're just running. Yeah, that's it. You know,
the equipment,
your break-even point. Absolutely, good stuff. Keep at the good work, please, Zeneva. That was good.
Thank you so much, Graham. Just going to call on the next judge, Aaron.
Thank you. I wish I was half as good as you were today when I was your age. So I'm a little jealous. But we understand that you're coming for a pitch here. On your presentation, we don't need to use words like pitch deck. Instead, give the name of your brand, and below that, give a statement. Like in 3 words, if you can tell what you do, I should know that. That is what I would prefer. All the presentation, all the slides, they should have a common denominator. The font on each should be a single size, and the text should be a single size. I was like a little distracted because I wasn't really sure where to focus and when to focus, and too much of information. Break it down. All you're putting in your slides are just the key points for them to go back and ponder and come back hungry for more information. So those are my points. And also, it's not a book, so don't read. And in case if you're giving a visual presentation, make sure you back up from the camera to show your face and your shoulders, just like you would go for a passport size picture. That portion I would want to see how you're exuding that confidence. You have the confidence, let it come across as well. And I think the rest of all the great points have been mentioned by the other judges. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Aaron. So I'm going to call on the next presenter, Ruth Aria, Wazia Bakery.
Hi.
Welcome again. Could you try to share your screen, please?
Yeah, I'll do that now. Thank you. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. Could you make it a slideshow, please?
Okay.
Awesome. The time will start now.
Oh, okay. 1 sec. This is not the beginning of the slide. Okay, yeah. Hello, everyone. So my name is Ruth Ario, and I'm co-founder of Wazia Bakery. So Wazia Bakery is a brand where we make agege bread. And agege bread is a native bread to people of Nigeria. And I think they sell something similar in Ghana, but I can't really remember the name right now, but it's very common in West Africa. And it is a very special bread on its own because it has its own unique texture and its own unique taste. So here is the problem. Moving to Fredericton, they didn't have a bakery where they produce freshly baked agege bread. And then we realized there was a demand for it when we spoke to the person that is running the African store here. And then she mentioned she has to ship it all the way from Toronto to Fredericton. And anytime she ships it that way that it's still fresh, she gets to sell like hundreds in a day. And when it gets frozen, the sales decline because people refer to it as freezer bread and then they prefer the bread fresh. So this was the opportunity my co-founder and I took in order to be able to supply fresh agege bread to people in Fredericton. And another opportunity we realized in this process was because I bake cakes, most people approach me and they're like, oh, do you know how to make agege bread? Like, I've missed this so much. I stopped buying bread there because there's nothing that tastes like it. And we just realized there was a market for it and there was literally no one providing that product here. So we were able to conduct a small research concerning the Nigerian community in the New Brunswick region of Canada. And then we realized that there are over 1,500 families all over New Brunswick that would be willing to purchase agege bread for their family. And we are able to say, okay, if we're able to sell to 1,000, if we're able to sell 1,000 loaves in a week to people all over New Brunswick, we're able to build a strong business out of that. So this is our solution, our fresh agege bread. There's a video right here that shows what our product looks like. It is nothing like what you would find in the market here. So it is very unique and the taste is unmatchable. So we started by trying to start out in Fredericton and supplying to a small number of people to see what their reaction is going to be. And for the past 5 months, the business has actually grown more than we could imagine. We started producing loaves from 40 loaves and we've increased to about 150 loaves just in 5 months and producing once in a week. Everybody that has ever tried the bread has given us good feedback. We actually rented out an already licensed bakery to be able to test out this business idea. And other people that works in this bakery, they are not even from the part of our world. And when they try the bread, they're like, oh, it's so good. It smells so good. It's so fluffy. So it's a 100% feedback. And then our customers are the ones that market our brand for us because we've not even really invested in marketing. They tell people, they're like, oh, I had this bread, so it's really good. I know there's no agege bread, but you have to try this one. It is different. And that is how our brand has been growing. So this is our financials for the past 5 months, starting out in April and in May. So every month, our production keep increasing and our revenue keep increasing. And the revenue we've been getting from our productions are reinvested into the business to be able to enlarge our capacity and produce more. So this is the team. This is me right here. I am the baker and recipe developer. And I also grew up in a bread bakery. My parents own an agege bread bakery back in Nigeria. And the experience from staying with my parents and working with them has been really helpful in helping us run this business. And while my co-founder here has been in New Brunswick for a while, where she has been able to meet with people, network with people.
1 minute left.
And from there, she has been able to use our experience running the community, in marketing the brand, running the logistics, and every other thing that regards operations for the business. So our next milestone is actually getting our own bakery and going to market our products fully. So we are one of the biggest bread bakeries in Atlantic Canada. Fine, it is native to Nigeria, but we want everybody in Atlantic Canada to be familiar with our product and make it a staple in their homes. So the use of our funds is for equipment, listing building, and getting more hands. I guess time's up.
All right, thank you so much for that. I'm going to call on the first judge, Cheryl, so please provide her feedback.
Okay, we're getting there, but again, too many words. Let's get it tight. Let's get points up. Everybody, not just this lovely lady, but everyone, try to fly in some numbers. When you bring up a statistic, have it fly in on top. It's a little bit of technology. PowerPoint does it very, very well. If you've seen me speak, you've seen me use them. It re-emphasizes the numbers. So when you're talking about sales and you've got the picture of the loaves of bread, fly in the number and put it right there on, just superimpose it so that I see it, right? I don't know what your capacity is. I don't know what you need to do to increase your capacity. I don't know what your final numbers will look like after 4 or 5 months. What's your projections? Have you projected what your sales should be? What are your other revenue stream opportunities? If you're a bakery, what else can you make to increase your sales? Are you only going to sell it in your own bakery, or are you going to sell it in other bakeries or in retail stores? I don't get a sense of your marketing and sales plan for the long term. So let's have a rethink on that. Obviously, this is successful in terms of taste and flavor, and people are buying it. How do you expand your market? And if you're going to quote people, put some stuff up on the little sayings up there, you know, of what people have said with their signature. Reinforce what you're saying. What's the size of the market? How many bakeries are there? Who's your competition? That's all missing. Okay. Because when it comes to bread, there are so many choices out there, and haven't been down east for a number of years, but I don't think it's the same as in Toronto. So let's talk about that competition in New Brunswick.
Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Thank you.
So I'm going to call on the next judge. Graham, please.
Okay, Ruth, very nice. I could almost smell it. So that's good. So this is what I do every day. One thing on your screen that is showing, you've got equipments. That is not a word that we would use. We would use equipment, right? So that is something that happens with my students as well. Okay, Fredericton, demand, where are you going? You want to be the best. All of a sudden it's in Fredericton, it's been sold, and in 4 years' time, you're going to cover all of New Brunswick, and you want to be the #1. How are you going to get there? Question number 2 is, what is your IP? In other words, what are you protecting around your bread? Okay, your intellectual property for the recipe. I like the experience. Got to go back to distribution. Didn't hear anything about that at all. Are you using a co-packer? That is a very, very important thing. Are you using a smart kitchen? I can see all that stuff sitting there. I don't understand how you got it into square blocks and all that sort of stuff. It didn't look like the loaf that you broke open in the video. It didn't resemble it as it was in the packet. Something of a bit of a disjoint there. Is it gluten-free? That is something that, if you're going to sell right across, is there a gluten-free product as well? So just things to think about. I like your thought on where you want to go. I like the demand that is local, but how are you going to scale this up? So all questions. Also, slow down your delivery. You know, I can understand 90% of it, but you just got to slow it down, go for bullet points. Your slides are good. You need to talk a little bit more around it, but be more definite in what you're thinking. As far as numbers are concerned, I don't know whether you're making money. I didn't see any profitability. I seen projections. I seen numbers up to 3,000 in this month of September, past month, but I don't know how you're going to get to the higher number. So all thoughts that you need to put in place. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Graham. So next up, Aaron, please.
Thank you. I think you have a product, you have a vision, but you need to communicate it well. You need to be confident in what you're selling. That is number one. I can't remember what they call in Ghana. If you don't remember, don't say it. Don't keep the other person thinking that you maybe do not know the market. The African store owner who sells and runs, let's make it more crisp. Let it be a little bit more professional. If we are able to sell 1,000, then we have a business. No, you need to rephrase that. Once we are able to sell 1,000, this is what we do next. This is what we do after 5,000. So that it shows that you're working towards working your way towards progress and your target and your aim, whatever you have set. We tried with more than we could imagine. Please remove these. I want you to come out with full confidence, knowing that you know what you're doing. There can be no words, fillers that can be put in to reflect that, or maybe that give a hint that maybe do you know or do you not know the market? Then also show the trajectory, the month-on-month growth, year-on-year growth versus the revenue that you will make, and base it on the current market. It might be a smaller market in Fredericton. Then go from there, use that this is how we're doing in Fredericton, and this is how we multiply into other provinces as well to be an industry leader, market leader, to be a leader in this segment. Present words like that. That's my feedback. Just more positive words will really lead an impact. And if you're showing the equipment and the building lease, use AI, emboss your names on it. So it gives me a feel as if I'm seeing how a store would look like, which would sell your products. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Just like Graham said, I'm beginning to smell some bread as well. So we've had a very engaging and informative session so far. I would like to thank, Cheryl, Aaron, Graham, and Professor Odoy for the insights so far. So we're going to take a little break now. It's going to be a 15 minutes break. So during the break, I would like to encourage everyone to please go back to the YouTube page, review a lot of the comments and the judges have given so far. A lot of them will translate to our businesses. So please just review those and we'll come back in 15 minutes. That should be by 3:20. So please recharge your network and please come back. Bye for now.
Mission brings together business owners and professionals in the public and private sectors in Africa and North America to share their perspectives on key economic and infrastructure development initiatives with a goal to collaborate on the execution of these ideas for the development of better communities in Africa. Africa FOA Economic Roundtable, Casa Foundation brings together business owners and professionals in the public and private sectors in Africa and North America to share their perspectives on key economic and infrastructure development initiatives with a goal to collaborate on the execution of these ideas for the development of better communities in Africa.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Hope we had a great break. So we're going to get started right away. We're going to have Melissa Pohl from 3 Fires International. Please present. Melissa, are you here?
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm just going to share.
So we can see your screen now, and the timer will be starting once you kick off.
Hold on, I'm just trying to find out how to do presenter view. Oh, here we go. Okay. Are you able to see?
Yeah, but the previous view was a bit better for us because it's much smaller now.
Oh, right. Okay, 1 second. I don't know how to do this. 1 second.
Take it to slideshow. Top center of your screen.
I can't have it take my full screen though. I need to be able to see my screen.
It's perfect now.
We can say this way though. Oops, what happened?
Sorry, I don't know how to do those. Escape.
Would you like me to share on your behalf?
Okay, we'll have to go like this because I need to be able to see my notes. Is that clear for you?
Sure. I guess this is the only method we can go. So the timer will start now.
Okay. Okay, I'm Melissa. I'm here to tell you about the opportunity to diversify representation in the film industry. Did you know only 2% of films get national release in Canada? My question is, which voices are not being heard? There are structural and systemic barriers to certain films being distributed and entering the marketplace. I grew up in Muskoka, Ontario, where we had 0% Indigenous representation in arts and culture until only recently. I saw the opportunity to address the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada that calls for more Indigenous representation and youth opportunities. This led me to found 3 Fires International Film Festival in 2022 that centers the Indigenous storytelling to help address these issues. Since then, we've embarked on a transformative journey to create a vibrant and inclusive festival circuit in Canada. Our mission is to be a global leader in the promotion and celebration of Indigenous, Canadian, and international cinema, fostering cross-cultural understanding and artistic collaboration. In addition to our festival platforms, we extend our services into film production education, where we bring equipment and resources to rural Indigenous communities. Youth learn how to create films and also get the chance to enter a film into our festival circuit, where communities can come together and celebrate these important milestones. We understand that to increase the amount of Indigenous filmmakers reaching the market, we also need to help create them. 3 Fires enables volunteer job mentorship and educational opportunities as we center Indigenous storytelling and empower filmmakers, artists, and storytellers by providing them with a platform to share their stories and connect with communities to foster a sense of pride and agency. What sets us apart from other film festivals like Toronto International Film Festival or ASANAPCA, the Indigenous Film Festival in Ottawa, is that we have our mobile production studio. We integrate Indigenous protocols and ceremonies to honor the stories we show. We also incorporate education and interactive components such as workshops and knowledge sharing circles. There's evidence support a growing market in film and TV across Canada, as showcased in the Medium Production Economic Report. There is a steady increase in revenue over the past 10 years. Ontario accounts for almost a third of total volume of film production revenue in Canada. Local data suggests that Ontario is a great place that Ottawa is a great place for opportunity and growth. For example, Ottawa International Film Festival alone accounts for almost 15% of total revenue for festivals in the city, with their 2022 reported revenue of $4.2 million. This means that film festivals are the highest earning category within the festival network. Growth highlights. Our film submissions have grown from 200 films from 22 countries to over 600 films from 86 countries, representing a vast array of Indigenous cultures and stories. As you can see, the amount of sponsorship funding accounts for a majority of our revenue, and we look forward to maintaining these partnerships as we grow. Given the amount we have grown over the past 6 months, allows us to project doubling of future revenue every second quarter. As we near the end of our first year in operation, we're also getting closer to being eligible for more grant opportunities with some of the largest organizations in Canada, like Telefilm Canada and Canada Council for the Arts. Our market strategy includes competitive ticket prices and bundles, customized sponsorship packages, e-commerce, direct sales, and retail revenue streams, as well as cross-promotion, media releases, newsletters to our growing email list, and in-print distribution to small businesses, community, and arts organizations. We have had consistent branding and awareness to establish customer recognition through attendance of other festivals and events, such as Nuit Blanche North, that had over 10,000 attendees. Our target investors are those that see the value in arts and culture. Here are a few of our established partnerships and sponsors. Here is our team that make it all happen. Collectively, we have 50 years of experience in strategic planning, event management, and curation, working with diverse communities. Our growth strategy is develop an online streaming platform for the films we acquire. We also look to scale our networks across Canada and abroad. What's next? We want to create an advisory board made of industry stakeholders to help guide our decisions moving forward. We also want to continue to grow our partnerships, especially with organizations or investors that support our mission. And that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Melissa. We're going to start with the first judge. Cheryl, please.
I don't know what you're asking for. It's not there. How much money do you want? Okay. A couple of things technology-wise. You've got a very good very good presentation in terms of the slides. You're in point form. The big problem I have is your reading. Don't. Practice, practice, practice. Use your slides to remind you of what you need to say. Practice what each point on the slide. Practice what you're going to say. Tape yourself, videotape yourself on your camera, set it up. Get used to being comfortable in front of people. I'm tough because I've got 2 minutes to talk, so my apologies if I sound harsh. I don't mean to. Just so you know, my son is a cameraman. He's one of the top seconds in Toronto. Are you Indigenous yourself?
No.
Okay. That should be clear. What groups do you support? Do you have any identification as to how you work within the Indigenous communities? Who they are? You know, what talk to me about it. Talk to me about the Indigenous. Talk to me about the identification of the issues that surround the Indigenous communities and their ability to bring things to the public. Get some statistics. Does some research. It's all there. I know it's there. Okay. I have Indigenous family members. You need to get that in there. So you're talking in general terms, but you're not specifying the research that I need to know to show me that you know what you're doing. Sounds like you've got a great opportunity. It sounds to me as if this will work. It sounds to me as if you've got an opportunity to raise money. One of the biggest challenges with NGOs today, which is what you are, is the ability to continue to raise funds. So you spend 90% of your time out looking for money on grants. So if you could put together some sort of social for-profit social enterprise concept that would at least be self-funding, that would be a huge leap forward in terms of being able to secure this opportunity for more people. And there are people out there who will spend money. So you should be able to set that up with the sales of tickets and everything, that it becomes a self-supporting system. Grants are great in the beginning to get you up and running. They're not your lifeline for the future. So let's have a look at how you can change that and how you can make this work over the long term. And that is to have a social enterprise concept. If you're going to be live streaming, are you going to charge a subscription fee? That would be a great source of income, and it would take you around the world. Something in the 10 to 19.99 is throwaway money. People will spend it. If you're spending that on Netflix and Prime and all these other things, you'll pay for this as well. Keep your price competitive and become a streaming service.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. So we're going to go over to the next judge, Aaron.
Thank you. So good presentation, good concept, but you need to breathe. For anything that you're saying to land an impact, you have to breathe and pause for a few seconds so they understand the gravity of the situation. Talking about the gravity of the situation, we are talking about Indigenous people, underrepresented, right? There are so many other problems. Let's define the problem a little bit more so everybody knows that, okay, this is actually a very big problem of representation they're not able to show, or what is it that we're exactly trying to aim for. Then when you show the teams, show that, okay, this is the person. If you have an Indigenous person, present them that, hey, we are giving this opportunity. And then also with every person's name, define what they do so that there is, or maybe what their strengths are. You are good at connections. Somebody is good at finance. Somebody is good at contracts. Somebody is good as a photographer or in filmmaking, some vertical. So just define so that it reflects the strengths of the team. In terms of the growth strategy, bridge growth strategy by monthly estimates or projections and the dollar value along with it. And also, what is the ask and the use of funds accordingly. Those were my points, but otherwise, I think it's the way to go. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aaron. I appreciate that. So we're going to go call up the next presenter. That'll be Cheryl Sutherland of Please Not to Goods Incorporated. Are you here, Cheryl?
Yeah, I am. I was looking at the other thing, but I'm here. I can start. I can do the thing.
Awesome. So please share your screen and let me know once you're ready to go.
All right. Perfect.
All right.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Hi, my name is Cheryl Sutherland, and I'm the founder of Please Notes Goods. Please Notes is a line of inspirational, affirmation-filled goods and workshops for women so that they can change the way they think, boost their confidence, and achieve their goals. Now, a Harvard study that I read was actually quite surprising to me. And it actually said about 90% of the things that we think on a day-to-day have been hardwired into us by the age of 18. So we're talking about trust, doubt, guilt, self-esteem, identity. And I don't know about you, but the person that I was at 18 is not the one that I want running my life. Just thinking about trying to set and achieve goals, dealing with anxiety, even believing in herself. Now, in order to change what we hear in our heads, we have to put in new programming. That really comes down to repetition and emotional involvement. This helps you strengthen the neural pathways that you want to have, and it solves some of the underlying issues that tend to hold people back. The percentages of people struggling with mental wellness and stunting themselves due to lack of confidence have been on a steady incline, especially since the COVID lockdowns and with the current employment landscape. And that's why Please Notes was created. Now, I got into personal growth and it completely changed my life. As a result of changing the way that I saw myself, I've been able to move internationally twice, start a couple of businesses, pursue a speaking career, and make a difference in the life of others, truly creating freedom for myself. And now I get to use my 10 years of experience in coaching and facilitation to support others in changing their lives too. Now, within the line, it actually consists of multiple mediums, and this actually supports with different learning styles. They're actually stackable items to encourage repurchase and gifting. Now, our target audience are women between the ages of 27 to 55, and they actually have the largest buying power. Now, studies show that over 70% are actively involved in some sort of personal growth work as well. Now, within the personal growth field, this is actually one of the most resilient markets. And the estimate of the global market in the US dollars is over $40 billion. And it's also estimated to grow about 5% annually. There is also in this field a repurchase rate of about 80%, making it a lifetime habit that people will pay to be in. The top 3 things that people struggle with are actually the things that we support with too. Now, within the competitive landscape, there's a bunch of different people doing this sort of stuff and in this space. But the biggest ways that we differentiate ourselves is being one of the only BIPOC businesses in this space. Estimates suggest that less than 15% of businesses are actually Black owned. Now, we've had some really great success so far, and some of that includes raising over $45,000 in successful crowdfunding campaigns. And we've also had really great press too. Now, based on our last 7 years in business and implementation of our new marketing strategy, we are actually projected to hit a total annual revenue of a little over $1 million by 2028. So what happens when women feel more confident? Well, ultimately, everybody wins. You're able to increase innovation and build solid businesses in underserved markets. And then also we're able to put more money in the hands of women, just like the ones that are in this room. Now, these are some of our top talents that we get to lean on, and we're actually anticipating bringing on more strategic partners within the year. We also have the networks within the DMZ that we lean on as well. So for this particular event, we are actually looking for $150,000, but the ones that we get in this, we are actually going to be using to update our outreach software for our B2B market. And this allows us to 400x our current efforts for our outreach currently. So with that, let's grow. I'd love to talk to you a little bit more about the opportunity with working with Please Notes Goods and seeing how we can continue to change the world together. That's me.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. So from one Cheryl to another, please, Cheryl, the floor is yours.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
Spelled the same too, great. You need to speak more slowly, please. You are using fillers, and now. Remove them from your speech. Learn that to stop speaking and have empty air is good. I just did it for you. And the reason I do that is so that you can absorb the information that I'm giving you. So we say breathe, but what we're saying is stop talking. I'm sorry I'm blunt, but I've got 2 minutes to talk to you. Great ideas, great opportunities. I just am unsure at this point in time how exactly you make your money. You're not specific. I understand what you're doing. I understand, but I don't know what you're selling and where you're selling it and how you're selling it. And what are the opportunities for added revenue streams and revenue growth over the long term? Is this a subscription-based model? Is this a product model? Is it a combination? Define your market more specifically. You say women. What about men? Why is it so specific to women? Is there not a market for younger women who are just starting out in their lives, or older women like me who keep reinventing themselves? I would not identify it by age. I would identify it by interest and need. It broadens your market, but it's more specific. Okay? Because it's based on desire. So if you say that people keep coming back to the tap to drink, what are you offering them every time they come back? It's a good statistic, but what are you telling? What are you selling? I still, like, if I were to sit down with you today, my first 3 questions would be to you: what do you offer? How do you provide it? And what are your revenue streams today? And what are your proposed revenue streams for the future? You say that you in 2028, you can hit over $1 million. How are you going to do it? Okay. Is it, subscription based? I would say, for example, if you charge $19.95 a month, you need 4,000 subscribers paying that $19.95 a month for 1 year, and you've got your $1 million. I need to know, I need to know your numbers and how you're going to get there. And then I need to know what your break-even point is. And I need to know in your budget how much you're prepared to pay back on the loan you're asking for, and when the loan will be paid off. So is the loan going to be for 1 year, 3 years, 6 years? How are you going to pay it off? What's the break even? And I'm going to say this to everyone. Okay, before you do your final pitch, clean up your presentation, get rid of all the non-words, slow yourself down, and give me the numbers. Because ultimately, your success is dependent on your ability to be able to present to the lenders a clean, concise story that makes sense to them, that resonates with them, and they can see the future. And they know that you've done the research and you're capable of fulfilling that future. That is the purpose of the pitch. Don't jam it full of all kinds of data and information. They don't need it. They'll come back to you for that. And they'll keep coming back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Thank you.
So we're going to quickly go over to Aaron, please.
Thank you. I think it is a good presentation. You know what you're trying to do, but that point or the products did not come across. I did not understand what you're trying to sell, what markets. I'm going to piggyback from Cheryl. If you're defining a target market, your target audience, do not put them into a very small cluster. Give a broader view. Why is it for this specific segment? And why not that? And we will be coming up we're talking about women, we will come up with XYZ products for men. Or if this only suits to women, why? So that's one thing. I would also want to see more detail on the products for sure, because you did mention our products are stackable, but what are those products? Can we see visuals much more clearly defined and presented on a slide? Also, when you're talking about the ask, you gave 4 points that this is how the utilization will be. Can I please have some projections of those utilization? Will you use the 150K in spread across evenly in all 4 segments, or what? How will the utilization be of that money? Then what is your projections of that money fueling the growth? And what is the growth that we're looking at 1 year, 3 years, 5 years down the line? Because I would want to understand how much margins are you making and based on that, I will estimate how much time will it take for my money to come back to me, or for me to make some money off that money. Those are my points. But otherwise, it's a good presentation.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
So would it make more sense, because my projections are based on the 150K. So would it make more sense to move my ask before the financial projections?
So every time in a presentation, you tell them your story till now, and then you say the money I'm getting is the springboard for next higher ground. So yes, keep it the way it is right now, and then use the next slide to say that this, based on this ask, I'm projecting this to be my next level. So they see that from 0, you're already at 10. From 10, I'm going to put that fuel to the fire, and you will quickly in 1 year go from 10 to 100. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. So now I'm going to call on the next presenter. That would be Vanessa Suresh of Savannah Beauty Incorporated.
Hello there.
Hello. So could you please share your screen?
I would love to do that. How do I do that? I've never, oh, there we go. Okay, so I have to, oh, excellent. Okay. All right, let me just get to the, how do I get to the desktop here? Let me see if this is it. Oh, I just want to see if I've never done this before. So can you see my screen now?
Not quite. It's taking its time, I guess.
Okay, tell me when you can see it, and then I'll go to my desktop and click on the presentation.
Right.
Vanessa, you've started the screen sharing, but we can't see the presentation yet.
Oh, okay, that's what I was waiting for. Okay,
It says Vanessa started screen sharing, so now just click on your presentation.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. There we go. Can you
no, we
see
still
it?
can. No, we can't. Okay, now we can. Now we can. So just hit the.
You see it now?
Yeah, we
All
can.
right. So when do I start? Anytime now?
Yeah, just please go ahead.
All right. Okay, so good afternoon. My name is Vanessa from Suresh from Savannah Beauty Inc. I am the founder, creative director of this beauty brand that offers natural skin and hair products that's filled with meat and vitamins. So let's get started. So we'll just watch this short clip.
Plastics, formaldehyde, tar, even gasoline, all things you wouldn't want to put in your body. But could your favorite skincare products actually contain these ingredients? Did you know there may be toxic trespassers lurking in your medicine chest? According to a recent US research report, 1 in 8 of the 82,000 ingredients used in personal care products are industrial chemicals. And since we absorb up to 60% of what we put on our skin, those chemicals may be the cause of certain health problems. So the next time you reach for your favorite shampoo or natural beauty product, take another look at the label and check out what it could be doing to your skin.
Okay, so quite scary. So a lot of dangerous ingredients are in our skin and hair products. And, studies do point out that these chemicals can be harmful to your health, as well as, allergies, people that are suffering with different illnesses. So in 2009, I was diagnosed with the skin disorder that's caused me, it's a chronic skin disorder that caused me a lot of pain And I had to do some research, in terms of, what natural skin and hair products can do for your body. And I found out that a lot of natural products are very beneficial to our body, and they're the best way to go. A lot of the plants and are filled with vitamins, nutrients, antioxidants that are good for our body and our health. And the products that are out there, a lot of them are filled with chemicals and synthetic ingredients. So I'm very passionate about this. And because of my findings, I started to start my own brand that specializes in providing skin like body washes, body butters. The name of my company is Savannah Beauty. It was named after my daughter. And what we are a wellness brand that specializes in the production of fresh, handmade, luxurious spa quality products. It's full of vitamins and nutrients. You don't have to worry about chemicals on your body or your hair and your skin. And we ethically source the ingredients from around the world. They're vegan-friendly option, and they're not tested on animals. Our tagline is naturally beautiful. Our goal is to provide the finest skincare that won't be harmful to your health. The demand for these products are quite high and growing by the minute. 23 billion we're expected to grow to in 2026. Our target markets, are actually, sorry, my computer froze. So it's all genders. Everyone has to use health, skin products and healthcare products. People usually like that are into healthy products, ethically sourced, people that care about the environment and ethically practices. They're the ones that try to, normally gravitate towards these type of products. Some of the popular competitors in the industry, some have some natural, like Lush, for example, do care about natural products that include, great ingredients that won't harm your body. Bath and Body Works recently started a new hand soap, and so with no parabens, and Body Shop also is trying to become more natural. This is my team. It's just myself. I'm the CEO, as I mentioned, and creative director, along with my partner, Suraj Suresh, and we both have many years of experience in sales and service. I am a realtor as well. I've been in the sales industry for a few years and customer service for many years as well. So is my partner. These are some of the products that we offer. I try to make them unique. We use skin safe colorings and safe products. We have a hair souffle. I'm just going to go through quickly, running out of time. Shea butter, cocoa butter, foot soaks, men's collection. A raw shop is our secondary market. Oh, my computer froze again. We have a website here. And if we do get funding, we would like to use the funding for these following things: supplies, inventory. By year 5, this is where we expect to grow 10% every year. Hopefully by year 5, our revenue will be at 142. And here's a glimpse of our financial overview. We hope to get to, a net profit. I know I'm over, and that's it. Thank you.
All
Sorry,
right.
I had to go fast, running out of time.
First, thank you so much. So we're going to go to the first judge, Cheryl, please.
Okay.
Okay. You need to practice.
Okay.
And practice again.
Okay.
And I really want you to focus on your presentation skills. You're using the typical non-words of get rid of them.
Okay.
Again, silence is perfect. Don't worry about it. You have some great ideas. This is an incredibly crowded marketplace. There are so many stories very similar to yours that are being told, even in this group, and time again. So when I see this and I see what is available to me out there, and I am a skincare, we won't go into that, but I look after my skin. One of the things that I find is so challenging is you have not told me how you will break through the clutter, how you will build a brand, how people will trust you, and you haven't been specific. I mean, yeah, it's nice, they're natural ingredients, but snake venom is natural.
Okay.
Did I make my point?
Yeah, makes sense. I need to get a little bit more specific. I'm
So
just thinking,
let's, and then that guy that was doing that thing, who was he? I don't know who he was. I don't know, like this guy that was talking the video. And do you have permission to use it?
oh, that's the doctors. Okay.
Okay, and do you have permission to use it?
Well, it was on YouTube, so I just kind of added it in.
You still need permission.
Okay.
You're breaking the law.
Okay.
So please don't. For your own protection, I couldn't care less. So these are some of the things that you need to, and again, you have to watch that you don't cross over the border into that other world of almost, you know, I don't know what to call it, but they're threatening people with using bad products. That always reflects badly on you. If you identify that these main products that everybody uses, okay, and you denigrate them, you're denigrating the person you're talking to, because that's what they're choosing to use.
Okay,
and
should I
of other people does not build your sales.
Should I do, because I thought maybe by sharing my personal story might be why I decided to look into things, and maybe someone else could relate to that, not necessarily that it could be bad for everyone.
That works, but don't denigrate.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a run's turn.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. So please, Aaron.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi
I
there.
would like to begin with a question. Are you still a realtor?
Not at the moment. I took some time off to the brand. So I'm kind of on a leave for a few years. Of course, because of what's going on in the economy, I kind of took a break off, but I've been ever since I started building this business, I've kind of put it on hold.
So I think that is information that is of no use for the business. So let's remove it. Let's not even say, because then it shows that you are in two different boats. So are you giving enough time to this one? But if you're not being a realtor half of the day or whatever, if you're not dedicating any time there, then let's not say that, so that it shows that your focus is completely on Savannah Beauty.
Got it.
That's number one.
Okay.
You need to tighten the presentation a little bit. There are a little bit of errors. To give you just one example, one slide says, it's Savannah Beauty which is named after my daughter, specializes in. So that looks like one complete sentence. Just put them into bullet point, named after my daughter or dedicated to my daughter.
Okay.
Then just put the next line as specializes in, and 1, 2, 3, that's it.
Okay.
Because you're communicating the same information, but with more impact there.
Okay, I'll break it down.
Right. Just define the target market. I was still not 100% clear what target market it is. Are you going after? Because
Yeah, go ahead.
You mentioned that with all the other competitors, be it whoever you name, Body Shop or the likes, that everybody is moving towards more natural. Okay, that's great. But then how are you trying to present yourself out of that loop, right? Just present that and add a source for the video. If you're ever using anything, you have to have a source so that you are not stuck legally. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Aaron. So I'm going to call upon the next presenter. That will be Adoch B. Asima of LATAM Week. If I got that right. So Adoch, are you here?
I am. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you and hear you.
Okay.
So please share your screen and let me know once you're ready to start.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Good afternoon, everybody. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Adoch B. Chioma. Brenda is my middle name. I am the founder of LATAM WEC. What the temwek is, derives from my Acholi tribes, which is from northern Uganda. It means cloth for head, which is how the company actually started. It started as a head wrap company. I used to go and lay on African fabric just to connect to home. And I found that people would come into the store, my head was always wrapped, and I would just take my head wrap off. It didn't matter what situation was going on under my head, and take it off and wrap my head, and show them how easy it was. And also talk about the benefits of wrapping in terms of, if you are not wrapping your head in the daytime, you should definitely be wrapping it at night, because in the daytime you are stuck with, your hair gets all the energies, all the elements that are, I apologize, that get stuck into your head or into your hair. We go to bed at night and we're ingesting that. So after going through showing how to do head wraps, the African store owner donated six yards of fabric and asked me to go ahead and start a head wrap company, which I did, and I was pretty successful with it. However, I hit a little bump in the road in life, as we all do when we're growing, and I went through a challenging time where I met 3 different people who told me that I should start writing to express myself. So what I did is I cut up my head wraps and I created notebooks and journals and accessories made out of African fabric. And these are all removable, washable book covers that you can wash, remove, and put another book in it when they're done. Because I also found that my clients, what would happen is they would fall in love with their book and not want to use it because it was so pretty. And getting the same African print has always been a challenge. So now my company has grown into so much more. I make not only the head wraps and bonnets, satin lined bonnets to protect your head. I also have my Soulful Thought collections, which is journals, notebooks, sketchbooks, and also the Just For You collection, which is accessories such as belts, bags, hoodies, anything to express yourself. So in addition to the products that I do have, I also offer 2 separate presentations. These are about an hour-long presentations to schools, organizations, churches, pretty much anyone who would let me talk. My Let's Wrap Head presentation is from my head wrapping section, which I go into the benefits of head wrapping. I also talk about cultural appropriation versus appreciation. And then I go into 3 different styles of how to wrap your head confidently so that when they're leaving the presentation, they're at least comfortable with 2 different styles. I also have my Let's Be Intentional presentation, which is my journaling and writing presentation with my method of 3331. 3331 is a method that I created where you break down your intentions of the day into self-love, business and finances, your community, and 1 miscellaneous. It could be as simple as drink 1 bottle of water, or make somebody smile, or have a successful setup. Then at night, what you do is you write the same things that you're grateful for. So you're going to bed with a grateful heart, you're waking up with purpose and intent, you're balancing the 3 major areas of your life, and that way you're feeling the world 1 page at a time. Right now, my audience or my target audience is individuals who are proud of their culture, individuals who seek self-expression, mental wellness enthusiasts, and lifestyle.
1 minute left.
Thank you. My presentations, as I mentioned, I go to schools, organizations, and pretty much anywhere that would let me speak. With 1 minute left, so my ask is for $10,000. I would like to expand my outreach with community and with the market, as well as more into product development, and of course, I have to pay my taxes. Now, moving forward, what I would like to do within the end of this year is I would like to relaunch my website, also go into my sales for Christmas and the holiday season, then focus on next year with all my objectives. My team consists of me, myself, who I hand make all my products, my accountant, and also my director of
Time's up.
Thank you. I'd like to thank you for your time. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Anuj. I'm just gonna open the floor to Cheryl now.
There we go. Okay, Vanessa, you had a slow start and you talked about head wrapping and you fumbled through the explanation. If you aren't confident and comfortable with why you wrap your head, don't use it.
Okay.
If you are confident and you do believe in it, then make it work.
Okay.
Okay. This is a very small business. One of the things I would like to hear from you is how can you scale this business to an online presence? I don't see that. And if you want to live on the makings of this effort, if you want to pay the bills, you're going to have to consider being online. You will get to the point where there isn't enough time in the day, and yet you still can't produce the income necessary to be able to live on it. So if you want to take it to the next step, I'd like to see and hear a conversation on how you could do this online.
Thank you very much. I'm actually relaunching my website to be able to.
Okay, websites do not make business. Websites are a place you go.
Okay. And then,
websites do not build a business. They are just an identification of you and where you are. If you want to make money, then you have to have an advertising campaign. You have to have services provided. And I would suggest you'd have to have online demonstrations of how to wrap your head and online conversations on the other part of your business. One of the things that I would like to hear is what are your qualifications for your discussions on the second part of your business? So it's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to have the qualifications to build the gravitas and trust that you would need for people to be able to listen to you and learn from you. So there has to be some sort of designation of who you are and what you do in terms of your training that would identify you as someone who is an expert. Okay. And that is going to be very important long term, because I meet a lot of coaches in my life. All right. I meet a lot of them. And those that I trust are those that have qualifications. Okay. So great ideas. I think that you have an opportunity to build a business here, but I think you need to get a little more serious about some of the true business aspects of the business.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. So I'm going to call on Aaron, please. Aaron? Okay.
Arun is not here. We have Graham.
All right. Okay, Graham, please. The floor is yours.
Hi there, guys. I've just come on to the last 3 minutes of the call, so I really can't comment further on what Cheryl has said.
All right. Thank you so much, Graham. We're just going to go into the next presenter. That will be Vanessa Colbeck of Fleeta Family. Vanessa, are you here with us?
Yes, I am. Let me just share my screen. Actually, I need to. Can you see it?
Yes, please, we can.
Okay, awesome. I will start. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vanessa Colbeck, and I am one of the 2 co-founders of Flight of Family. Flight of Family is a revolutionary matching-based app designed to connect individuals who share similar physical activity interests and life hardships. We believe that Flight of Family can make a substantial impact because we know that when we move together, we thrive together. So let's start by addressing the problem we aim to solve. In our modern, fast-paced world, people often struggle with staying physically active, whereby 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men are not reaping the many benefits of physical activity for various reasons. And post-COVID-19, social interaction has significantly declined with virtual work worlds impacting a 61% total increase in heart diseases and stroke. This physical inactivity and social isolation crises can lead to various health issues, impacting not only our physical well-being, but also our mental health, and globally, our economy is suffering a loss of 12 billion working days each year. Knowing this, with the rise of chronic diseases and the importance of social support and reaping the benefits of physical activity, there's a pressing need for a solution that addresses these challenges. So Flight of Family in part is that solution. The app will provide an easy way to meet people of similar interests, form connections that help with accountability and exercise enjoyment, and also increase accessibility to physical activity by integrating partnerships with health promoting initiatives and physical activity spaces. So here's how it works. First, users are matching with a purpose. Our app goes beyond superficial matching. We pair users with a buddy who not only share their interests, but also understand their life struggles. Whether it's a fitness enthusiast looking for a workout partner or someone facing similar life challenges and can't get themselves to be active, Flight of Family ensures meaningful connection. And research has shown that being active only 2 times per week with a partner increases exercise levels by 78%. We also envision redefining fitness. So unlike many fitness apps that solely focus on appearance, Flight of Family prioritizes physical activity for illness prevention, longevity, and happiness. We recognize that fitness isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good and leading a healthier, more fulfilling life. We also offer a community page and map of accessible spaces that are pinned by founders and users with health spaces and local partnerships, which provides a platform all in one for users to find pickup games and local health enhancing events in the area. So Flight of Family has tremendous growth potential, as you can see here. Just last year, with the first ever global status report on physical activity, was released by the World Health Organization with a call to action for communities to work towards this physical inactivity epidemic. And interestingly, stated by the World Health Organization also, more than 110,000 deaths per year could be prevented if American adults spent just 10 additional minutes a day engaging in moderate to vigorous physical activity. So here are the main screens users would see when on the app. Users are able to see all community events nearby and message the host to join. Users are also able to decline the message or message back. And something not highlighted here is the like procedure. So it's a bit different than normal matching apps. Users will have to either decline or message back to match, and this will hopefully promote an increase in social discussion and interaction. And our revenue model includes freemium for users with added premium subscriptions, partnerships with health organizations, and in-app advertising, allowing us to provide our service to users for free while sustaining the app's growth. So we are seeking $20,000 for these key milestones to finish development with our software dev company and also roll out our marketing and partnership plan. So why our team? Both myself and Lexi bring a diverse and valuable set of skills and experiences to our startup. My expertise in the physical activity and mental health research space, with consulting experience with various national and international level organizations in the sport industry, and Lexi in business analytics, and also recently a professional women's hockey player, equip our team to address challenges, easily obtain partnerships, and create and work towards innovative ideas in the area effectively. And also after months of deciding after months of deciding interviewing different software development companies, we really decided to go with a team that has incredible culture, quality, desire, and passion towards our app, and an incredible repertoire of companies that they've worked with. So to wrap this all up, Flight of Family is more than just an app. It's a lifeline to a healthier, happier, and more connected world. And we invite you to join us on this journey to make a positive impact on society, because together we can help people fly towards healthier, more fulfilling, active lives.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. I'm right on time. So I'm going to open this up to the judges. Cheryl, please.
Good presentation. You talk too fast. It's my mantra.
I know. So much information. It's hard.
Too much information. Cut it down. Get rid of the empty words. The actual presentation was well done in terms of point form. It was easily read. It was easily absorbed. I didn't have to work to absorb the information. Key element. Everybody should take a page out of your book. You were not clear in the beginning that this was an app. So when you introduce yourself, you need to put that at the beginning, because then everything else makes more sense.
Yeah.
When I know that it's an app that I can put on my phone. Okay. So tell me that it's an app. Tell me that it's going to cost, how much it's going to cost me. As soon as I hear that, because you're charging free $4, I would like to see your pro forma financials to see where your break even is on that and where you're going to start to make money, because your pricing is quite low. And I think that you need to look at the value that you bring to the table. And I think you need to look at those pricing models. They're below average of what else is out there. I just did this research, so I'm quite familiar with it. Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So I would suggest to you that the throwaway is $19.99 a month. And you have to remember that if you bring value to the table, people measure value by price as well. Free is free. All right. I would suggest you offer free for a short period of time for them to kick the tires. But I would limit that free position.
Okay.
And because there is a value to what you offer, and you need to build that value into the pricing.
Yeah.
So that people can value what you offer. I would like to see a few more sightings. You did well with the World Health Organization. You're using the US. I would assume that you're going to try to hit the US market more than the Canadian market because it's bigger. And they're more likely to buy into this kind of thing. But what I don't see is your risk mitigation. And I would like to see some that be addressed, because you're dealing with exercise. Exercise has the risk of injury. I would like to see you discuss that, and I would like to see you describe how you're going to overcome that risk. You need E&O insurance, okay?
Okay.
These are some of the things that are really, really important when you get into this particular marketplace. And then I would like to see added revenue streams.
Okay.
You're a long way along in your planning, so I'm giving you more areas to look at.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You need a good social media advertising agency.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Cheryl, for that. That was actually quite helpful to a lot of other people. So let's call on Graham now to please offer his feedback.
Good afternoon, Vanessa. Again, I was fortunate that I had read your script way before, a couple of days ago. So I was wanting to hear your delivery. Excellent.
Thank you.
One thing, and that is, don't read your script. I think you were reading, right? I don't know if you weren't reading, you did brilliantly, but I think you might have been reading. So don't read your script, and smile as you speak, and it'll come across an awful lot warmer. And slow down, because there is, as you said, there's a tremendous amount of information. One thing that one thing that almost lost me was one word you used, and that was you said that hopefully. You were talking about your app, and hopefully others would get in contact. That's not a word I would use in a script, in a pitch. Because we're basing on information that you've got, and hopefully is pie in the sky. Okay, so that's maybe one little bit of advice. Your unique selling proposition, I think that you've got it. And back to what Cheryl said, I didn't get that at the beginning, that it was an app. So tell us what your unique selling proposition is and your differentiating factor. I think you did a lot of that really, really good. I'm a numbers guy. I'm a lender. So I thought the screens were pretty good, slightly busy, maybe a few more bullet points. I liked the way you talked to the screen and didn't read the screen. That was brilliant. Great stuff. And I know that your university background, and you've told me that, I've told that before. I like the way that you've got a hockey player with you as well. That adds value. So here's a couple of things as I end up here. I know you're talking about freemium, you're talking about subscription, you're talking about ad. to Cheryl's point, I'd love to see the breakdown in that, because I don't know how you're going to make money if you don't get the ads. It's as simple as that. And then there's a cost involved. So I would love to have seen where your projections would have stretched out for 2-3 years and where you eventually get to. But overall, I think you've got it nailed. You know, I loved it. I really did.
Thank you.
In fact, I would say that it was the most slick that I've heard today so far. Okay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm going to add my 2 cents, Graham. Absolutely. And this is a field I'm quite familiar with. I have a client in the same field, so I can't share a lot. But you're on track. You're on track. Just get your pricing right.
Yeah.
Get your price.
Awesome.
You're not charging enough. Don't be afraid to charge money.
Yeah.
That's a very Canadian thing.
So to Cheryl's point, what she does and what I do is we take it down to what the individual cost is, the widget itself.
Yeah.
Right. Price it back to that. And we've both experienced where customers have not been charging enough. And I think that is your problem. Well done, Cheryl. I love it.
Thank you guys so much.
Well done.
Thank you for that, Vanessa. So we're going to call up the next speaker. That will be Abiola Alifa. Abiola, are you here with us, please? Awesome. I see you, but I don't hear you. I can still hear you. I can see you though, but I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. All right.
Okay, so I guess I have to do it with my headphone. Right. Okay, it is daunting to be the last speaker, being such a busy day.
Sure. No worries. I mean, you had the experience of watching others go before you, so you know. I'm just going to ask you to share your screen now, and then we can start.
Sure. I hope I'm still. Oops, sorry. Oh, why is this freeze? You've been working well all day. Do not freeze on me now. Okay, cool. It's been a long day. I hope I'm still able to grab everyone's attention. Can you see my slides now?
Yes, we can. So let me know when you're ready, and the time will start.
Okay, perfect. Can you still see my slides?
Yes, we can.
Okay, sounds perfect. Okay, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Thank you for your time today. My name is Abiola Alifa, and I am the proud CEO of Abex Food and Beverages. I am proud. I'm excited to introduce to you our brand today. At Abex, we are not just offering a range of products, but an intercontinental experience, and we're here to change the narrative in the Canadian mainstream market. Our story started when my family and I moved to Canada. We brought our love for adventure, nature, and healthy lifestyle, but we missed the taste from home. You see, some would agree with me that Africa is rich in lots of healthy goodness and flavors. And with the fast-growing multicultural society in Canada, it is important that this amazing goodness from Africa is also extended to our new community. According to a recent CBC report, the palates of Canadians are becoming more sophisticated with increasing demand for international flavors and tastes. Our business is inspired by gaps we identified for varieties for healthy products and intercontinental product options in the Canadian retail space, and we're on this journey to bridge this gap, one store at a time. Oh, my slide is freezing. Please don't freeze on me. Okay. So our solution, there's several medical-backed research has proven that hibiscus flowers has many health benefits, including management of blood pressure, weight loss, and other benefits. Our vision is to promote healthy Nigerian food and beverages in the Canadian retail market. So say hello to a healthy alternative to sodas and other artificial flavors. What's our product? Our hero product is made with hibiscus flower and is packed with antioxidants and antibacterial properties, which give you the ability to treat high blood pressure, cholesterol, inflammatory problems, and most other benefits. It also helps speed up metabolism and help with gradual weight loss. We have our products in multiple variants to meet our increasing customer demographics. As you can see on my screen, we have it in the big size, which retails for about $12, and we have the small cans as well. You see most of them on my backdrop as well. With the small one retails for $5.99, and we have the teas variants as well for our sugar sensitive clients. And of course, winters are cold here in Canada. We have it in tea bags, just like so, for our customers to take as a warm tea. And we have other snacks as well, as you can see in the screen behind me. Our products are safety certified by Alberta Health, and our nutritional labels are completed by Perennial. We are incredibly proud of our partnerships with stores across Western and Atlantic Canada, including Tantalizers, Kaswa, amongst many more benefits. And we look forward to building a long-lasting relationship with our big stores as we grow. Since we started, our growth has been steady, with sales volume growing by about 30% month on month. In the last 6 months, since we started in Edmonton, our total sales has gone over $6,000. And based on our current expansion to new expansion to 10 retail stores in Alberta, both in Edmonton and Calgary, and also we have Loblaws in the pipeline, we have sales projection of doubling this amount in the next 6 months. Our target market mostly includes working class people, which represent 60% of the 4 million population in Alberta. This may include people that are looking for healthy beverage drinks, those looking to experience an international taste, as well as those looking to have a non-alcoholic assorted drink beverage. Our revenue streams will be from sales of our products at wholesale price to retail stores, and also to direct to customers through our website and social medias, and also through events and festivals and pop-up markets. Our team are solid professionals in their respective fields, and all hands are on deck to ensure the success of this brand. Our roadmap is to continue to improve our product branding and packaging and expansion plans into big retail stores as we go. And our ask is $200,000 to help and support and expand our business operations, which would invest more $50,000 in inventory, packaging and labeling and commercial lists, $40,000 in new staff, marketing and advertising, and we'll put $10,000 in working capital. Thank you very much for listening to me today, and I'll now take questions.
Thank you so much, Abiola, for that. So now I'm going to open the floor to the judges. Cheryl, please.
Good presentation, too fast, too many words. I can't say that enough. I have a couple of comments that you need to be aware of. You cannot make medical claims for food in Canada. It's against the law. So you cannot refer to it as improving health, improving blood pressure, those things. You just don't, it's against the law. So you can't do it, okay? And it's quite rigid. So go check the advertising laws and regulations. You can find them online, and you cannot circumvent them. So please be careful. You're going to get yourself in hot water. A great product. Are you manufacturing it yourself, or is it at a white label manufacturer? They're heavy. So are you going, if you go across Canada, are you going to manufacture across Canada, or are you going to ship? These are all going to impact your pricing. I haven't heard how you're going to expand your market and how you're going to manage the manufacturing. You know, how long can you stay in a white label market? Because they'll have runs, and can you keep up? Supply chain is still an issue in Canada. And as you expand beyond your local market, how are you going to deal with it? Okay, because there are still bottlenecks across Canada. I need to know how you're going to increase your revenue by increasing the number of products. How are you going to approach Loblaws? Going to Loblaws, I've been there, done that. It's not easy. Okay. Usually they will not talk to an individual like you. You've got to have a representative who will do it for you. Doing it cold doesn't work.
I don't know if you need me to respond.
No. So those are things for you to take into account. It's just my experience I'm sharing with you. If you want to be listed with Loblaws, you have to get a rep. Okay, you can't do it direct. At least the last time I talked, you couldn't do it direct. Interesting product. I'm unsure of the sugar content, that kind of thing. You should probably play on that. play on the ingredients, play on how it's made, explain why it's nutritious, talk about it, because you're talking about hibiscus. Okay, where are you sourcing your raw ingredients? What are the shipping expenses? There's a lot that's missing that needs to be there in terms of managing the budget. You know, if you're bringing hibiscus, where's hibiscus coming from? What are your shipment plans? What's your volume discounts? How do you do all that?
Yes, so I get the hibiscus, which is majorly the only product. I get it from Africa because it does very well there because of the weather, and I get them in bulk. And then all the other ingredients I use in manufacturing, I got them sourced locally.
I need to hear that. That's important. That's an important piece. Okay, the hibiscus is coming, and we have to remember. I work in Africa, but I don't work in Africa. I work in Kenya. Okay, so Africa is a continent. Talk about the individual countries.
Yes.
Okay, because every country has a different language and a different culture, and we need to acknowledge that. That's just a point that sort of rubs me. Okay, so please, I think you've got a great idea. I think there's a place for it, but you need to educate yourself as to how you're going to move forward.
Right. I just wanted to respond to all of us.
You don't need to respond. Just make notes, and it's Graham's turn.
Just have to jump in. So Graham, please.
Okay, well, so this is my bread and butter every day. I'm in the food and bev. You're coming looking for 200,000. You've told us what it is, what it's for, but really when it comes to volume and ramping up, to me that is a wild number right now. And I need to know a stack of stuff more to justify that. So a couple of things on your presentation. You need to slow down a little bit, please. And your first couple of screens were repetitive. There was the 3 trajectories on screen 2 and screen 3, and you really just, there wasn't a lot of difference. And I was beginning to lose a little bit of interest there. You talked about big size and small size. You know, we need to talk about 300 mil or 222, or what, you know, what sort of size these are. You talked about canning, and then in the next screen, and the next comment was bottling. We didn't know that you canned and bottled until quite a way in. And I do notice that your picture here that I'm looking at on the screen now, Zobo drink, you know, it's getting your market, your brand across. I think you need to talk a little bit more about branding. The other thing that I would say is that the bottles are showing bubbles on that photograph, and that is something that I would question straight away. So you'd probably want to have them nice and still at the top. That's just pictorially. When it comes down to your labeling, it looks as though that you've just got the same label on everything. So where I'm coming, I think you have a tremendous product. Your inputs and your supply chain, Cheryl has already dealt with that. So you need to really take care of that and make sure that that is consistent. Your Loblaws, getting into that, you may want to take a look at the Ontario Made program. Take a look at that online. We have both experience in that field. Loblaws isn't just a question of getting into any of those. Sobeys, Loblaws, Metro, the whole heap, Costco, and all the rest. And we don't know whether you're just totally Canada only, or you're considering international, because you did actually speak about international at the beginning. I think you've got a good product here. I think that there is a market for it. I deal with this and I look at innovative products every day. I think that you've something going here, but you need to justify also, how did you get to this space? Who funded this until this point? So in other words, banks and financial institutions are in the business to take risk, but they don't take all the risk. So the question I leave you with is, what is your risk into this? What have you put in, and where is that funding coming from? Such as, is it unencumbered funds? Is it clear cash? So from that point of view, I think you've got something there. It just needs fine-tuned. I wish you every success, because I like this type of thing. And I think that you've got a product here. Now, the other thing is, if you go online and take a look at the hibiscus market, I just typed it in and there are loads of competition. So I would love to know how you fare and how you're going to erode that competition and get inroads. So a little bit more homework, results, and maybe go into food and bev through the company that I work for. You'll see it online. If you take a look at food and bev, you'll get all the stats you need. Okay, but good job. Slow down and be concise. And I appreciate the comments from my previous judge.
Thank you very much, Graham. Thank you, Shirley.
Thank you so much for that, Abiola. So with that, we've come to the end. I just want to extend our gratitude to all the entrepreneurs who've presented yesterday and today in the Casa Foundation's mock pitch competition. A special thank you goes to the judges, Cheryl, Graham, Professor Doy, Dr. Olu. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, but thank you so much for your expertise and evaluations. It's been very invaluable in helping people, shape their pitch for tomorrow's, for Friday's competition. So before I round up, I see Dr. Olu is here. So I just want to ask if Dr. would like to give some final comments, and then I would just homekeeping, wrap up the event.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, right. So thank you again, everyone. I mean, I don't have any comments on the pitches, but I'd just like to quickly say thank you. Extend our appreciation to Graham and Cheryl and all the other judges from RBC, TD Bank. They are actually pitch reviewers for this particular purpose, reviewing all the pitches in this period. So thank you again, everyone, for helping and supporting us to review the pitches. It's important that our people here, our graduates here from people like you, experts in your own industry. It was really heartwarming to hear Graham make all those comments about food and bev being your bread and butter. Looking at that, hearing you speak so passionately about what you do and making those kind comments to our contestants. And of course, Cheryl, as always, always with us. Thank you so much. Now, a final word to all our contestants. You've received your feedback. The expectation then, I know that you've already submitted your pitch decks, but it's important that you go back again and spend some time. We still have a few hours before you get on stage tomorrow. So tomorrow, you're getting on stage on Friday, but you're getting on the virtual stage tomorrow, right? And so you have a few hours before that time. I would highly recommend that you go back and update your decks. And although you've submitted what you would like to present, if you think that there are major changes, and I do expect that there will be some, please feel free to submit again to, resubmit to your coordinators so that they'll have the updated version. This is really important for you. Now we're more confident. Now we feel proud that we can actually present you to the world. And so please get on with it. And that's what I would like to say. If anybody has one or two questions outside of this meeting, do feel free to reach out to your coordinators. We want to thank everyone that's been a part of this. And we look forward to calling on you again. And we do hope that you'll be available to us. Thank you, everyone. So I'm turning it back to you, Mario. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Oyelade. So thank you, everyone. Again, as mentioned earlier, just mark your calendars. Tomorrow's the event. Friday as well is sort of like the finale where the winners, the competition would finally take place. And on Saturday will be where the winners will be announced. So please take all the feedback constructively. I know there was not enough time for all the comments. But just take it constructively. Confidence is key, and your determination would definitely pay off. So excited to see you in person. Thank you again, and enjoy the rest of the day, everyone. See you soon.